I'm already going, man.
Oh, you bastard.
I haven't started this. I haven't started it yet. It's
Obi
on the
doesn't waste
intro
time.
music right now. I'm ready to go, bro.
What is this the Horseplay podcast, episode 4, the first episode of 2014. Woohoo! This is our pregame. We're not officially starting yet.
It is New Year, isn't it?
It is. Has it
That's
come
what I
up
heard.
yet? Has it come up yet for me yet?
On my thingy?
Not on my thing.
There it is.
I'm recording. I'm recording
That's fine.
locally and simulcasting.
Congratulations.
That's what I usually do. That's how I roll. But I plugged the main channel, Obi1X2, so people can get all the cool sound effects and music. Every Thursday, guys, 11 p.m. Eastern,
Exactly.
10 Central.
All right, boys. Here we go.
Here we go.
Welcome back. This is Horseplay, and this is Horseplay. I forgot what I was going to say, really. I'm just kinda
Horseplay is
the
horseplay.
song run out a little bit, but it's Thursday night. It's 11 o'clock. It's Horseplay right here. Obi1X2 right here. Yogizilla up top. We have Soldier Z, or Soldierism now, as he's called. We're going to fix his art here, hopefully by next week. But in throughout the show, guys, you guys can tweet us. Mine's right below me. Soldiers is right to his left, which would he be that way for him, that way for me. And you got Yogi up top. His is right underneath. You guys can tweet us throughout the show if you guys want to ask questions or anything, or even just type right here in chat. We'll get going to it. So, hey guys, how's your week been? How's the new year?
Awesome. And I have eggnog. My homemade eggnog, not that crap that comes in a carton.
Okay, yeah. Hey,
Coquito.
I had a wonderful gaming session all night for New Year's.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. I want to talk about that in a few, but we'll get to that when we actually have some of our little a different segment. How's that anyway? So I mean, the Christmas was good because we had a cast right before Christmas, or is it, no, right after Christmas, day after, right? I don't even fucking know.
Day
Whatever.
before.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the day after.
Yeah, we recorded the day after Christmas. Yep.
Yeah, day after Christmas. Okay, I'm getting mixed up anyway. But we're on the new year. So did you guys? I mean, you guys have any? First thing is, do you guys have any new New Year's resolutions that you guys want to pop out
Get thin.
right here on the show? Get
Er.
thin. You gotta make sure you put the on there because you don't want to. You don't want to get too much.
No.
I mean, serious New Year's resolutions.
All right,
Come
I guess
on.
I'll go.
Yogi,
I mean-
Soldier, one of you.
I mean, I would go with the cliche get fit, and because I would like to get back into my mixed martial arts, but I know that I just don't have the discipline anymore because my training group that I used to always spar with is out in the Northeast, and yeah, we barely get together. But I definitely would like to do more gaming.
Of course, more gaming, yeah.
And I'm trying to cut back on the consulting work that I do and go back to my game development work and game design type work. Write my ghost writing, and I also want to be published in 2014. Have a new book out. Because I had some published works, but they're ghost writing works, so I don't get any credit for those. I want to have something published as Yomar Lopez or who knows, Yogizilla. One of those brands. Lopez. Oui. I don't know. I don't know why I said oui. It's not even French.
I'd watch that porn.
He straight up did Lopez. He went straight from Mexico to freaking France.
International.
Oh,
We're
gosh.
international, man.
Oh, stick with Mexico. Don't go to the French.
Don't.
Yeah, that's
Stay
true.
there.
That's true.
He's not even Mexican. He's Puerto Rican. So it doesn't.
And the French hate Americans apparently.
In the Mexican, in the Puerto Rican.
I am going to be totally
So
racist here and say the French hate everyone.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dude, I think we're getting a little bit off topic.
okay, let's hear. New Year's. All right. Well, if Yomar is done, then I suppose my biggest New Year's resolution would be more to get down and put out more videos for
Mhm.
my YouTube, and I have been streaming a lot recently. Typically War Thunder, or just it's pretty much casual gaming. The games change. I don't have any type of strength into any one particular game, but I've been gaming a lot with just friends, and I just show it off so that people can watch, and if they enjoy it, they enjoy it. If not, hey, I'm just doing it for fun.
And you got to remember when you game with me, get kicked out of clans. Just you, my friend.
Yeah,
Well, come on.
yeah,
Well, that's something
that's
later
another
too.
story. That's another story
I'm
that we'll
sorry,
get
this
into.
is
But
funny, man.
although hopefully I got into a different War Thunder clan, so hopefully that works out real well. They've been really nice to me, and it's looking pretty good for them. But
Definitely. Well, I'm gonna join that as soon as I get on there, if they let me.
just watch your language. They don't like cussing,
That, yeah.
and don't boss them around either.
I didn't do it in the first place. We'll get to that later, guys.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just putting out my tweets. Well, for me anyway, the one thing that I basically told everybody, and I'm telling everybody now again, is I want more of a schedule. I want to be to where if I'm gonna play, I want to make sure I'm playing at the times to where I can still get up in the morning and either upload a video or make some highlights from the stream here and then be able to record and upload a video because that's just how I have to do it. But just to be able to get on more of a schedule, if I'm going to start streaming, to stream at certain times and be really faithful about it, even if it's for 2 or 3 hours, just to be able to do that. That's what I want to do. And of course, start working out a little bit. I've cut all this weight, and people are start saying, "Dude, you look too skinny now." Well, sorry, I guess. I don't know what else to say sometimes because they're just. I don't know. What do you say when people start saying that to you? Huh? Anything?
I mean, you say at least I don't look like a bobblehead. You know, if you're proportional, it's okay.
No, nobody dares say it to me. I'm a little bit too big for them to say that.
I would. I would. I'd say
Okay.
it. It.
Only people with Alzheimer's that would also say it to me. Old people.
Oh. I don't even know how to take that actually, because
Just take it like you take it. Nod your head and agree with me.
I don't know how. That's the problem. I don't know if I'm supposed to nod or go, screw you or what. I have no idea what I'm supposed to say, really.
I'm allowed to call you too old.
Get him. Come on, Yogi. Come on.
I mean,
myself.
I've come to terms with the fact that I'm an old fart, so. And it doesn't even bother me anymore. Someone called me old man. Like when I go to the store, it's a point right now where I go to the store and girls that aren't that much younger than me say, "Hi, sir. Do you need any help?" And they don't even work there. The sir stuff is like
It's like
I'm gonna tell you right now what I would do in that position. I'd say, I can't seem to get that item over there on the bottom shelf. Do you mind bending over and
get that for me?
Hey, I mean,
at the same time, my wife's hitting me in the back of the head.
Well, I figure if I get to the point where I can start using getting senior discounts, I don't care. So it's worth it. I mean, I don't think
I'm paying hell just trying to get my freaking handicap, and yes, I'm handicapped, but get my fucking handicap plate, man.
They
a whole bunch of, and I got the documentation, I got everything from the VA, my doctor, everything. And they're like, yeah, no, you don't meet the requirements. Really?
Yeah, it's BS. And the people that don't need it have it.
Just throw your grandma's. Just get your grandma's car and say, "Grandma, I need to use your car every day."
You joke, but yes. Oh yeah.
Dude, I don't even know. But anyway, I hope you guys did have a good New Year. You got to kiss your ladies on New Year's. Soldier, I'm sure you probably didn't, but Yogi, she worked. Did you at least give her a big sugar when she got home?
No, because she was tired.
It's a kiss, man. It's not freaking
no.
all
See,
out, bro.
Hey! At your age, it may just be a kiss, but at our age, it's the start of a new adventure.
Oh yeah, I remember those days.
Oh, it's like freaking dog on Obi tonight.
Not a jab at both of us.
It's a group thing, Obi. I'm including Yomar in on that.
But I feel really secluded right now. Okay,
It's okay. I'm still around, right?
I don't know. I'm getting you kicked out of clans and freaking I'm causing you to swear and everything else. I don't know why you hang out with me. Did I promise you something in the future? Did I say I was going to get you something?
You're just reliably on. I have friends with people
that's
that
it,
aren't.
everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm reliably on. That's it. That's he plays with me.
Oh, that sounded dirty. You're a cougar, huh?
Feels good too. Okay, hey, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
You don't even have a topic right now. Oh my goodness, the Obi moment is not here yet, ladies and gentlemen. It's not even close to being here. So, what we are gonna do is we are gonna go into some of the corrections that we had last week. We do try to do this every week at the beginning, so we make sure that we give you guys the right information. And I'm just gonna read this because I read everything else and kind of summed up everything how I was gonna say it, but I didn't. I just read over past it. Anyway, after massive fan blowback, support Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty resigned on A&E. So the guys that
reinstated
on A&E.
Yeah.
So basically, A&E, they basically baited him to saying that, how he felt, how he was raised.
Mm-hmm.
They baited him to saying that and then said, you know what? You're fired. Well, guess what? A&E got so much crap over this that they says we can't afford to keep you. Dude, come back, please. Now, if Duck Dynasty, if Phil Robertson would have come up back and said, nah, we're actually going to sign with whomever.
They almost did, too. They almost did.
Well, they actually had talks they were talking about Bravo, the E network.
Really? I didn't know all that.
Yeah, they were talking about picking them up. And just,
wow.
I mean, there was talks of the Discovery Channel picking them up.
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
Discovery Channel
cool because of it's a duck. I mean, it's all about duck hunting and the life.
Wow.
Just living off the land, just living the life. Well, they're not living off land anymore. They're selling more freaking duck calls than anything. But anyway, it's the whole thing of it is if they wouldn't have acted as fast as they have, A&E would have been. That's the only reason I turned to A&E is to watch Duck Dynasty.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I don't even know what else they have.
I mean, do you guys have any? I mean, there's not much on here, but I mean, I didn't do a lot of it, but just what was in the news. Really, I mean, what do you guys got any thoughts on this?
I'm super happy that they did a full 180 on their decision, because I respect all schools of thought and groups and whatever beliefs, but the thing is, for people to be offended because they are of a different sexual persuasion by people that have their own beliefs, that means they themselves become bigots and become the very thing they fought against all this time, which is acceptance. So he just stated his opinion on the GQ magazine article, and he was being honest. He didn't say he hated homosexuals. He said that he loves everybody, but he feels that it's against God's way. And any real Christian is gonna say the same thing. There's nothing in the Bible that says being gay is terrific. Go for it. And I think I'm all for acceptance and being. I'm pretty liberal. I have a pretty liberal lean, but when schools start talking about, oh, it's okay to marry if you want to marry your best friend Steve, go for it, and all this stuff. No, let people discover that stuff on their own. Don't force it down people's throats. You don't see heavy Christian agendas in school anymore either. So it should be as neutral as possible, so the youth can find their own way. I know I'm kind of going off the path, but it's all connected.
No, you're fine. But with that though too, and I'll get to you in a second, soldier. But with that, you got to remember too that everybody's saying no, 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 no. When you say a pledge of allegiance, you can't say that. You can't say under God anymore. You
Oh
cannot
God.
do that. You can't do this. You can't do this. You can't do this. But when they say, hey, but it's okay, you know, um, even though Adam married Eve, now it's, Adam's dating Steve. We need
Mm-hmm.
to, it's okay for that, but you better not talk about God.
It's a double standard, and I hate that.
Hmm.
It is,
Yep.
and there's nothing you can really do about it either. I mean, what can you do about it, really? Except
My way is a bit
show your
violent.
yeah, I know your ways. That's my way as well, but you can't do that. I mean, you can't
No,
sit there and
no.
show your ass every other time. I do all the time, and my wife gets me for it. But I mean, you got to hold to one standard.
Oh,
If you're gonna let Adam date Steve, you need to let him
we need
talk
to let
about
Joe
God too.
Bob worship who he wants. Yeah. Now, as far as I said my way is a bit violent. That was more of a. I don't mean we should be killing everybody who doesn't do what we think. What I mean is that if you're going to get up in my grill just because I don't agree with the way you do things, yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah. But also going back to Phil Robertson, actually there's two things I want. There's two phrases here that I saw, and these are big memes and everything all over the internet. The one of them I liked was has a picture of Phil Robertson. He goes, "All I said is I like the vajayjay, and the commies fired me." I
Oops.
love I love that. It was hilarious. And the one that really gets me is they don't allow Bibles in school, even if you want it. They don't allow them. But we encourage people in prison to read the Bible. If we
Oh
let them
man.
have it in school, wouldn't that prevent them from going to jail in the first place?
Yeah.
So that's just one of the things, I mean, to each his own, but don't ban us from bringing our books to our school just because you don't like it.
Supposedly they're banning like outward expressions of religion in the military as
They
well.
they do. They
But my
do.
friends in the military that are still in the military, they haven't said that it's like that serious. I think some people are overstating it. So I don't know. But I mean, I think that if you want tolerance and equality, then it has to go both ways. It's like the whole
It does.
notion of reverse racism. There is no reverse racism. There's racism and there's racism.
Yep.
Anybody that gets discriminated against based on race or creed is experiencing racism. Done.
That's
Anyway,
forever. That's gonna be a forever topic. I don't care. We're gonna be long gone, dead. We're gonna have our great grandchildren,
Yep.
and they're still gonna be talking about the same damn thing.
Yep.
This guy hates this guy because he's black, or this guy hates this guy because he's from Mexico, or this guy hates this guy because he's from Iraq, or whatever. Whatever. It's always gonna be there, no
yeah.
matter what. So, but anyway, Yogi, first thing I want to say, I'm sorry, dude. I freaking deleted something on the show notes, and I
I
don't know
saw.
how
I
to get it
saw.
back.
It's cool.
Hit Control Z.
I tried, and it didn't work. So, anyway,
Oh
do you
crap.
remember what that was saying, Yogi?
Oh, that was
With
just for our future man crushes and geek girls segment
okay,
where we're gonna have guests. I don't know if you want to talk about that now or just
yeah, go
towards
ahead.
the plugs.
That's what I was gonna have you do.
Yeah, we're looking to have a few exciting guests. One of them is Tony Ray. If anyone listens to audiobooks or radio shows on podcast format, Tony Ray is one of the voices on We're Alive, a survival story. It's basically a zombie story. It's really cool, and he's a really funny guy. He's also part of the Firefall team. He's like the director of community management or something like that, social media marketing, something like that. He's just a really cool guy. And actually, interestingly enough, he has a really interesting weight loss story. He used to be like 400 and something pounds, and he's dropped big time. And he's got a website called the Fat Man Diaries. So that's worth checking out. So that's one of the guests we're looking to have. I've been talking to him on Skype and on Twitter. There's a whole slew of other guests too. I've been talking to Mark and Roger that are working on the Steam Greenlight project, Armada Online, which I'm super excited about. Mark is probably gonna join us. I don't know about Roger. And then, did you see the Armada Online?
No, he's
I have
seen the
no
pic.
idea. I'm
Oh.
just. Woo.
Why would you even do that? Anyway,
All
look
right.
forward to those guests. They will be here.
There's
I
plenty
think
more
we got
too.
one. Do we have one coming in next week?
Um,
We'll get to that at
it's gonna
the
be a
end here when
surprise.
we guys actually tell. I do want to tell them at the end, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end, because
Little
it is
surprise.
it's exciting that we do have a good guest next week.
Build the drama.
But
One more
we're
big
gonna
guess.
take a.
You,
Go ahead.
you remember you well, actually I don't know if you want to make this public record, but I know we all talked about, you know.
Oh, no, we're not talking about that yet.
Okay. Go ahead.
Talking about that. That's gonna be another big news that people can get excited
Well,
about.
one of the things I was gonna say, and when I say this, the light bulb will go off in your head. But anyone that likes hobby shops or gaming houses, you're used to probably playing tabletop games like Dungeons and Dragons or whatever, right?
Oh.
So one of the one of the people I'm trying to get on here is Kristen Looney, who makes a lot of tabletop games, and her and her husband Andrew, they used to be NASA engineers, and they became game developers, which is really neat because when they make games, they
Okay,
use a very
you're-
scientific
you're
approach.
You're talking. You're telling too much. You're telling too much.
Too much.
All right.
Too much, man. Too much.
Stuff to look forward to.
You're up
All
here.
right, we're gonna take a few second break, guys, just to collect our thoughts. We will be right back with the dust off, so you guys enjoy this little intro music, and we'll be right back in a second.
Let's see here. Yeah. Where?
All right, welcome back to Horseplay. This is Obi-Wan X2 right here, and up top, right corner, left corner. I don't know exactly how you're seeing it. We got YogiZilla right there, and right underneath him, we got Soldier Z, which is now Soldierism. All the links right here for Twitter, YouTube, and the streams for the perspective streams are right there. If you guys do want to ask any questions, and you guys can't get to chat, hit us up on Twitter. We will answer those questions ASAP or ask them ASAP to whoever they go to. What are we dusting off this week, guys? Yogi.
I'm gonna make it as
I mean,
quick as
Yogi.
possible. I played a buttload of games, most of them for a few minutes, just to feel more justified in buying all these games on the Steam holiday sale, which is about to end very soon. We'll get into that. But gosh, one of them I got was Steam Marines, another indie game. And if you're really into old school PC gaming, this will remind you of classic XCOM or Tajel's Mercenaries, Laser Squad, Syndicate, and tactics style games like that. And it's real time tactics, so it's interesting. It's really neat. It's like 8-bit graphics, and you're exploring ships and creepy things. It's kind of like, imagine being in an Aliens movie, but in the 8-bit kind of, almost 16-bit kind of setting. It looks good for what it is. So I gotta play that some more, but I streamed it a little bit, and I'm liking what I saw there. Dirt cheap game too, and well worth it. Skulls of the Shogun, another tactics game. This game looks way better, of course. Did you check it out? I saw you thumbs up.
It looks good. That's all I can say. I watched some YouTube videos of it. It looked pretty good.
Well, tell you what, I'm feeling generous, and I'm just gonna plug this real quick. I'm gonna be doing tons of giveaways, and I'm gonna hook you guys up too, cause I want you guys to play some games with me, and we can stream together. And Skulls of the Shogun, I got the
New games.
I got the 4-pack. I got the 4-pack. So if you guys like the way that looks, let me know, and then I'll see what I could do. Cause I'm gonna probably buy one last batch of Steam games, and then I'm gonna use a little bit of restraint. I think tonight's the last night, I'll tell this. I'll get into that later. So dust stuff. I played Magic 2014 again. Still a great game. That's gone on sale too. I know I'm jumping into the deals thing, but they're all kind of tied in. But Magic 2014, by far, is the best Duels of the Planeswalker, and it's good. It's good. I think I finally beat the second chapter in the campaign on that, and I was mainly using the red deck. I like the red deck a lot in there. The Cave by Sega, the red deck. Weirdo.
I forgot you said red dick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sometimes the Spanish accent, you know, it comes out. I don't know.
Hey.
But
I'm
Oui,
not
oui.
saying anything.
we I don't know what that was. The cave. So the cave. The cave is really cool. It's a game. It's a single player game where you choose 3 characters out of a cast of like 8, and they each have their own abilities, and you gotta solve kind of puzzles and do platforming. It's pretty neat. It looks promising. War Thunder I played. I tried it, dude. Guys, I tried to get the joystick working. That thing is so complex, even using the wizard.
Use the mouse and keyboard to start, dude. Trust me.
Well, I already have.
I've got a little bit of news on that. I recently on YouTube saw this one guy. He was fully decked out. He had throttle, he had joystick, and he even had a head sensor hooked up on top of his computer. So he actually was in the cockpit. And so when I turned his head, it would turn on the screen. And so he'd actually...
Oh, it had the view control. He probably had an Oculus.
No,
Wow.
he did not have an Oculus because those aren't technically released yet. He had they said it was like an eye track or something, IR track or something, or a homemade version of it. But it looked sweet. I wouldn't like playing like that because everyone else is using mouse and keyboard, which gives them an advantage. But yeah, it looked really neat. If everyone was playing like that, I think it'd be really slick.
Yeah, but I bet you $20. Your camera's froze, homie. But I bet you $20 though. If he were to get into a dogfight and if he knows how to really, really use that, he'll kill anybody.
Yeah. There's no way someone could keep up with mouse and keyboard when they're using a joystick. Joystick is crazy.
Just because dude, I have my joystick and I have just a regular old, like a 12-button joystick. It's basically my joystick is basically can do everything my mouse can do. Basically, I got the Naga, and it's really easy to bomb and to get away from somebody in the joystick. But if you have to get behind somebody and try to shoot them down, good luck. It sucks.
Yeah, it looks like it would be really neat if you actually had a clan that would just do custom battles with that. I think it would be really slick to have everyone doing that. But for the actual, and for realistic battles, it might not be a bad idea because you're losing a lot of the advantage from the indicator that tells you where to shoot and everything. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it looked really neat to do. Really expensive.
And that's just part of it. That's just knowing how far where that little white bubble is.
Oh yeah.
That's just playing some game. That's just playing games, though.
Yeah.
But Magic, we have somebody in chat. Well, Lucasa in chat, one of the regulars here on HorsePLAY, says you guys need to dust off some Magic decks. Is that Is that like card like decks or like online?
It is,
Magic?
isn't it?
No, I'm talking because I have freaking 6 decks over there in my drawers.
6
Magic. Magic's the Gathering. I have. Yeah, I'm not getting into it. But anyway, is that kind of deck or is it online?
I think it's like an online version of it.
Yeah.
Because do we have to like point our cameras down and be like, okay, I'm playing this?
Oh hell no! I can't stand that crap.
There are some people who do that, especially with Yu-Gi-Oh, according to what Yogi says. But like, there is Might and Magic Duel of Champions. Mm-hmm. That follows pretty closely to Might and Magic or whatever Gathering stuff. But I've played that quite a bit, and it was all right. But here recently, about 2 weeks ago, I went to our local comic store where they do a lot of Magic the Gathering duels and everything every week. In fact, they have a tournament every Friday. Mm-hmm. But I went there, and I was curious, so I went there, and I hung out with the guys a little bit, and I talked, and they kind of showed me how to play. And they, in fact, and apparently this is more common than I thought, they actually give you a free starting deck.
Yeah.
It's not one of the fancy decks, but it's like pure starting. Like each deck was 30 cards, so they gave me 2 decks, and it was intriguing. And honestly, if I had the time, I would probably go there and do that more often. But I just haven't had the time lately. Mm-hmm. So it might be something later on. Once my YouTube gets going more, I might actually record those tournaments and put them up, just because it'd be nice for not only the comic book store to be endorsed or spread out what the comic book store.
Of course.
But it would get them out there, and it would also be entertaining for people who want to learn Might and Magic. Definitely. Because I would definitely make a tutorial video because I had no idea what I was doing until I went there and talked to him.
And you got to remember, if you can figure out a way to somehow incorporate what you know how to do and be able to stream that, we could even sit there and stream it from another place and actually cast it. I know it's not going to be that. It's not that exciting, but I mean, even just to cast something like that, to we're talking and actually talk strategies and stuff like that. But Lucasa said to you guys that there's a bunch of pre-built decks now, and in 2014 they got the draft mode in duels.
Yep.
For Magic. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. I guess.
I will
already
warn
own it.
you.
I
will
know, she's
warn
gonna
you.
kick my ass.
I want to warn you on the draft mode. It is awesome. I'm glad they finally introduced sealed play into the DOTP series. But what they do, because you know, the biggest complaint with this series, you know, a lot of people play Magic Online, like the hardcore, but it's super expensive. You have to buy every card. There's no way to grind to unlock them. Here you could grind to unlock the cards, or you could cheat and just buy the DLCs and get the packs. But this game is essentially a lot of microtransaction, and it is a big marketing piece for the latest releases from Wizards for the Magic series. So what happened with the sealed play is that you have to create your deck, and then it's saved forever once you break open the packs and create that custom deck. And you can't modify it, you can't replace it. So you have to buy additional deck slots if you want to make additional decks. You start off with like 3 free ones, but if you don't know that, it'll piss you off. So just some warning on that.
Well, I'm actually gonna go, and I'll go on Steam. You said right now, everybody, it's Magic 2014 is under $4 on Steam.
Is it working for you?
You said it ends tonight, right?
Yeah, I think there's like maybe like 12 hours or so left on the sales.
Is that one of the okay? So 12 hours on that, and I do want to welcome I can't even Zbehemoth to the
It's
stream. Welcome,
Zbehemoth.
Zbehemoth. Got it. Welcome.
Yeah.
Behemoth. Okay, yeah, Behemoth. Anyway, welcome. I'm not even gonna continue. I'm sorry, I've screwed it up. Probably. It's probably the guy that I actually bowl with a guy, and he's like, "Hey, do you play WoW, right?" And that's and to continue the dust off, guys. I dusted it off. I know there's a lot of people that just said don't play it anymore. It's a waste of time. I dusted it off. I broke out the WoW again, and I'm actually doing some twinks, level 74. Way to butcher the name. Hey, dude, I'm so sorry. I do, but I did dust off my World of World of Warcraft. World of League. Yes, my World of League. I did dust that off today, this past week actually, and start playing it a little bit more. And we're gonna be getting some 74 twinks. So I guess there's a lot of people that actually like to watch those, dude. So and there's quite a few tournaments around. So get in maybe some tournament play, but hopefully, I know there's one person probably gonna be pissed off at me, but there's gonna be, you know, and then of course I did dust off another game. I don't know, you guys are probably gonna call me the loser for it, but it's
Hello Kitty Online.
no, that was last month.
Oh, okay.
It's
He's embarrassed.
I am, dude. Stop. I don't want to talk about it anymore. and I broke out actually my it's called Farm Simulator. Just because I actually enjoy. I'm gonna actually put up a video of that just to see if you guys actually kind of like it. If not, I'm not gonna even attempt to even probably play it anymore. So
I heard that game is very therapeutic.
Dude,
Neopets. Crap, now I'm going to want to play
definitely. That. Okay.
Both of those.
The game is really, I mean, it's really therapeutic because, for me anyway, because all I do is I get in the game, I'm on my farm, and with the new one, the 2000 and, which one is this? I bought a newer one. So the 2013 one, you can actually play online with like me and you can start a farm together, and we can just do the farm and grow it and do whatever we need to do. It's just, for me, it's fun. But Soldier plays some games that are freaking retarded as hell looking, and you know.
Well, I'd like to hear what games that are retarded that I play.
I don't. We're this segment is almost done. So I mean, we're done with this one already. You know.
Well, there were a few other words. There's a few other fun ones worth mentioning. I mean, unless
There is.
unless
There
Soldier has some stuff he wants to add. But I got like,
Soldiers just busted my balls, I guess. I don't know.
well,
Thanks,
hey,
buddy.
at least it wasn't My
You're
Little
welcome
Pony.
anytime.
All right, so
But anyway, like I was saying, but I met a guy on at I bowl with him, and he's like, "You play WoW?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I do." I was like, "Well, hey, I got a show tonight too. Why don't you watch that?" He's like, "Definitely, I'll be there." So that might be him, but I haven't heard anything from him yet, so we'll see. But anyway, is anything else you guys kind of dusted off this week?
I played a really cool platformer called Triple V. No, not Triple V. 6V. It's literally 6 Vs across the board, and it's like an ASCII style, really minimalist platform. It's actually really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Play some Spelunky, which is based on the old NES game Spelunker. That was actually pretty cool. I played Interstellar Marines, really good shooter, another indie game. It's mainly just multiplayer. That's the only way you can really play, and it's got little mini game type things in it, and different kind of custom modes to play. It's early access, so they're gonna do a lot more to that game. So I like where it's at. The way the guns shoot and aim feels pretty good, and it looks beautiful. Very atmospheric too. I don't know if Soldier's gonna kill me for this, but we played Monaco amongst other games.
There's the facial expression. That's good. That's what I wanted to see.
This game,
It was all right.
I enjoyed it. He didn't like it. We played a little bit. He's like, "All right, let's play something else." I was cracking up. I mean, I was just trolling myself and trolling him, and then like cops started chasing us, and we're like, "Oh shit, run, 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 run!"
Okay,
It's pretty
got
intense.
cops chasing you now.
Oh man, I tell you what, we were this close to being Little Bubba. Anyway, of
fun.
course, I convinced him to go back to Van Helsing.
Yeah. That was my last game too that I was gonna mention. So go ahead.
I figured that was, but we started playing Van Helsing, and very nice, very cool to play. It's like Diablo, the first two. It's pretty good. It's got a pretty decent co-op. You have to buy the DLCs to get different classes. That's one thing I don't like, but they're not that expensive. I ended up getting all 3 classes just to try them out, and anyway, but playing that just made me want to play Path of Exile again. It really, realistically, it was what it made me do. I don't know what it is, but Van Helsing just doesn't seem to be quite into the era that I prefer those types of games to be. I suppose it's just the magic. There's not enough magic. I don't know.
It might be just the fact that there's more people playing Path of Exile, so you feel more immersed.
That could be. That could be. But
I don't know.
my big game that I played this past week was Hammer Watch. Played it about. Yeah, I know you have it. Shut up.
Don't say a word. Shut the hell up.
Anyway, but bought it a couple days ago. It was on sale. There was a 4-pack for $10. Well, I got a couple friends that I wanted to play it with, so I ended up buying a 4-pack. I'm going to give a pack to my wife. Hopefully a co-op on YouTube with my wife playing it, so that'll be fun. But we just beat it today, in fact, and
wow,
it's definitely a replay. It's got replay value.
Yeah.
Because granted, every dungeon's the same, but it's intriguing to try out different classes. I was with my buddies. 2 of them were rangers. One of them was a warlock, and I was a paladin. And I have to say, the paladin's pretty darn sweet, unless it's a magician, but.
They have a level editor in that game too, so I imagine there's gonna be a lot of user-generated content, and the developers are constantly updating the website and the Steam store page, like sharing some of the future updates. So, if you like dungeon crawl, especially like Gauntlet style ones, that game is awesome. So we'll definitely jam on that, man. The thing is still like $4. What if you're not?
I said, welcome not, Panda.
Oh,
Mr. Panda. Yes, joined us.
Definitely, guys. I want to get some of those, but I'm just trying to reestablish my some of my WoW connections. Because when I stopped playing, they're gone. I mean, they moved on, or they're gone. They're like, okay, you're not playing a game. I'm deleting your name from my friend list. Half of they're literally, my friends list is cleaned out.
Yeah. MMO friends are very fickle. If you don't play the game enough or like actively enough, they will drop you like a bad habit.
Yeah, I found that out recently.
Done. Listen.
Anything else we
But-
dusted off?
No, I think we got some. We do got some good news today.
A lot of news.
We do.
We got a lot of news actually today.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
I'll start it out for everybody so you guys can kind of get what's going on here. The first thing is if you guys do play League of Legends, the LOL Snowdown Showdown, the 1v1 and 2v2, will be actually done here. What is it? Next week? Is it next week it's going to be done?
I haven't found a firm date anywhere. Like, it was really hard
haven't
to
either.
find it.
It's
but
going
I
to
know
be done
it's-
here within the next week or so. It's supposed to be done.
It's supposed to be a 2-week thing, right?
It was supposed to be, but it's been going on for 2 weeks. So
Yeah, I don't get it.
already,
It's
so
weird.
but it's so I mean it's supposed to be in the next few days. It's supposed to last couple weeks, but like I said, it's already been going 2 weeks. So we're assuming at this point we don't really have a hard date of what's actually happening. So get your icons now. It's ending. So it's kind of dumb, I think. I really enjoyed it. Did you guys like the 2v1, 1v1 and 2v2 and 1v1?
I only played 1v1 versus Strat, as you know, Obi.
And me.
And I did play it against you. I don't remember how I did against you. I don't remember the match against you. I must have been totally wasted.
We played
on
about
oxygen.
10 of them.
Did we?
Played
I
about,
don't-
yeah,
I
we were
don't even
pretty
remember.
we were pretty much split. Every time you ban my Gragas.
Yeah, I played with Strat, and I did a lot of 2v2 with my when I had 3 other friends on, and it was a blast, and it was great. But I think it's definitely gets a lot more challenging when people realize that it's not about the OP champs late game or mid game. It's about the ones that have the early game.
Mhm.
And see, I had that problem with a couple of my friends. They kept grabbing people like Nasus or Soraka. Granted, Soraka's a good pick, but she doesn't deal out the damage you need early to me. She has the sustain, but in this one, you can go back and heal and come back. So I personally believe that either 2 ADCs or bruisers, ADCs and bruisers are the only ones I could see being worth anything in 2v2s. But I did enjoy it, and I think Riot is freaking retarded if they don't leave it in there. I just
Yeah.
they've been doing solo and 2v2 tournaments for a long time. I don't know why they just don't let it be a public deal.
Yeah, it's stupid. I think that this should at least be a longer event. Because some people don't even know what's going on. This could be something that could get people hooked back into the game. The matches are super quick, unless you really have a stalemate, which, I don't know. But, I did a bunch of 2v2s with Not Panda. We were kicking ass, And I love the format because it's quick and easy. There's no other way to get a quick match a LOL in. You can't say, hold on, I only got 10 minutes, get a quick match a LOL in. That doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Unless someone throws the match, and you can't. It has to be 20 minutes at least. So,
Right.
I don't know. They got to keep it. I agree. What do you think, Obi?
I think they should keep it because I do have fun in it, but it's again, it's something for the holidays. It's something that they brought to say, hey guys, we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Here you go. For those that can't watch the chat online, I do have that in the actual screen. So I think they should keep it, but again, it's probably something they're gonna say, okay, hey, that Snowdown Showdown went really, really well. Let's do it again, but let's add another week or start it a week early or, do different things or even get another map ready.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
An actual, even if it's a smaller version, and I really don't know how it could be a smaller version, but even if it's a smaller version of a 3v3, the Twisted Tree line, even if it's a smaller version, like a 2v2 type version to where there's, jungle up at the jungles at the corners, and then it's a circle, and then you have your turret, kind of like the not a circle, but it's like mini lanes. It's basically like a mini Summoner's Rift, basically, but it's only for like 4 people instead of 10. That's what I think. That'd be cool too. But anyway, what do I know?
I'm with you. I agree. I mean,
not very much.
they were bold when they did Dominion. I know a lot of people, you either love Dominion or you don't, or you hate
Hmm.
it. But at least they tried something fresh there. That's the first time Riot really tried to get outside of their comfort zone, to be honest. And I feel like, and I don't know. Do you feel? I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong, but like at least, especially last season, it felt like Snowdown was more an effort for them to push more microtransactions more than anything else.
It was something to get them
I mean, you guys feel that way?
to. I think it was a lot of it was to do with like the like the skins, and everybody wanted those. I mean, I'm sorry, I did it too. I
Yeah.
bought I bought Santa skin for Gragas, and then I bought the Ziggs Snow Day skin. I bought way more than I should have, but anyway,
I did
I
too.
mean, oh, what am I doing? That's I mean,
Nobody
if I
knows.
wouldn't have, yeah, nobody does know really. If I wouldn't have bought all those, what would have, it was Christmas money, man. Not Christmas money, but it was money that it was set for that, just for when this stuff came out, because I knew there was going to be a bunch of skins. I mean, I had money set aside for the legendary skins when that came out too. But we're getting a little bit off track, so we'll get back on here. Oh man. Anyway, the one thing that and I want to talk about the next, and I'm just going to bring it up now because it's kind of in order, and then I'll let somebody else talk. Is everybody's hearing about this hacker, the DDoSer? Which
Except
one you
me.
guys want to talk about first?
I haven't heard
Everybody
about this
knows
at all.
about it, but Soldier. Okay,
I,
I
I,
said it
hey,
to him on
hey,
the phone.
hey.
I said it to him on the phone earlier, you guys. I was like, "Hey, dude, we need to talk about the hacker, the DDoSer," and he's like, "What? The D
Hey.
the
Hey, this rock just has perfect insulation. Okay, I have hardly any utility bills under this rock.
Oh man. All I'm
Seriously.
gonna all I'm gonna say
Anyway,
about this DDoS stuff is that as someone that used to be really into IT hardcore, not so much now, but that used to be how I made my living for a long time, and I used to be really into all kind of security, threats and exploits and all that stuff, and doing my homework on that stuff. There's a big difference between script kiddies and hackers, and I think a lot of time people confuse the two. Doing a DDoS is not as hard as people think. It's easy to spoof your IP and send junk data to computer once you find out the IP. But
yeah, but who are they? You got to look at who they're DDoSing, though.
oh yeah, and apparently it's not just isolated to. From what I read, it's not just isolated to LoL or even Dota
No,
2. It's a lot of games, even War Thunder.
World of Warcraft as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Blizzard got fucking hammered. Excuse my language, but Blizzard got hammered. There's like, and I do it today still. I did it today when I was on leveling my rogue. Um, I'm on a, God forgive me, and you guys forgive me. I'm on an RP server, where we're twinking out our, yeah. Where some of the conversations that I see in chat is just, yeah. I'm glad I'm over 18. How's that?
Hey, question. What's an RP server?
Role
Role
playing.
playing.
Role playing. Okay, so you
Like
didn't. Okay.
serious, like, hey, let's have an RP. You get
Hey,
on this, and you get on
let's.
this, and
Let's.
you do
I'm gonna go
this
have
and
sex
show
with that
that.
troll under a bridge.
Exactly. That's seriously. I mean, then they make their tunes go, Anyway,
See,
let's start.
whatever. Go
Okay,
ahead.
but anyway, that server and then a couple other servers that I play on, those, I mean, they were just random DDoSes. The servers. Okay. And then they would do different servers. And then they would do different servers. Then they'd go back to the first line of servers. It was just, they were just shit up, man. Now, I've heard different stories. Do they know who this guy is? I mean,
The
if for some odd
speculation.
reason, this guy ever watches this, I'm not talking shit about you whatsoever.
Are you talking
I am
about the DDoS
clapping.
guy?
Yes, I'm talking. I am clapping at applause for you. Please don't hurt me or my system.
Hey,
But
DDoS, you can come after me because I don't have anything really. That ain't much to get, Doug.
just remember, DDoS, Mister Sir. That's soldierism. It's not Obi-Wan X2. We don't really have much. We really didn't have any much a lot of information on it. I do know Phantom Lord. He's one of the biggest, one of the bigger LoL streamers, and I think he plays WoW too. But he was actually in like a event or a team speak with them with the guy, talking to him, asking why he did it. And I didn't get much of the stream when he played it because I mean he actually had cops come to his house that day, and I mean it was.
Hmm.
There's one part of me that I do not want to be big when I stream because do I really want to have cut? Because Swifty's had it, Bajir's had it already. A lot of the bigger streamers that are coming up that people just are pissed off that they're making money or doing good for themselves, so they call freaking bogus hostage threats or some shit like that on. I mean,
Yeah.
it was crazy. But anyway, I mean, do you guys have any more that I mean that I have? I mean, I don't really have much besides what's on the notes anyway. So
All I know is what you've told me in the past 5 minutes.
exactly. Okay, so soldiers learned something today. That is
Yes, learn something every day.
what else we got going in the news there, Yogi?
So Capcom lost their Marvel license. It's kind of a big deal, especially for Marvel vs. Capcom fans, because pretty much any game that Capcom released that has a Marvel property on it went on a super sale, and they had a Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on sale for like $5 on Xbox Live. And you know, gaming consoles never have big sales because they're freaking greedy bastards. So huge deal. So that happened, and I think now it's already too late to cash in on that unless you're lucky. You might find some people that have physical copies still on sale, but they basically have to get rid of everything because of that, especially the digital stuff. They have to pull that off the servers. Kind of sad, but you know, other people will benefit from that. And there's plenty of Marvel games out there, including Puzzle Quest, which I'm a fan of.
And I really think, I'm sorry to bust in here, but I do think that the Xbox and the GTA series is going to actually help Marvel more than try to. What are they going to take it over, or are they? What are they doing? I mean, I know
I
they
don't.
lost their license, but I mean, are they done for good now?
I think it's just a matter of ponying up money, but I don't think they're gonna do it right now. So right now there's other people that have Marvel licenses. There's other games I can't think of them right now. I think Marvel Heroes is one of them. That's like a third-party game that has the Marvel properties in there, and Puzzle Quest, of course. So other people are paying for that Marvel license, obviously, or partnering up with Marvel/Disney. But Capcom just, I don't know what the decision was. They said, we don't really need to keep this going. I think we milked this property already. I
Right.
think that
Well,
was the decision.
you got to remember too. There's only so many ways you can make a game too, or just anything. Even the movies that Marvel. Because I mean, didn't that there's in the last year there's what how many Marvel movies that's came
Oh
out?
gosh,
It's
man.
true.
So how are they losing their license for this? Do they not? They're not paying their bills or what? I mean, apparently I don't understand what's going on really.
Uh,
Capcom has been sluggish. Have you guys noticed this? They just haven't.
I have not seen anything new from Capcom in a long while.
Not
Right, but
much.
I mean,
Yeah.
wouldn't the revenue from what's the new movie? The Avengers. That's a Marvel movie. That's Marvel Comics. That's where it's coming from. Isn't that revenue enough to keep a license?
Well, no. See, that's the thing.
Marvel's not losing its license. Capcom is losing its license to use Marvel.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Obi right there.
Ladies and
Disney.
gentlemen, I'm just gonna shut off my camera. You guys have fun. I'll chime in with music when you need it. I'm done. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the whole licensing issue on game development is such a nightmare, especially on console. There's so many middlemen, involved. If you use let's say you use a physics or Havoc engine, any little pre-made modules or engines that you use in your game, or graphic assets, whatever, any kind of names that are copyrighted. There's so much money being exchanged. So like it's crazy. That's why indie gaming, especially on the PC, is on such a rise, because it's like the best way to be streamlined, not have to deal with all the crap. It's like everybody just putting their hands out here, pay me, pay me, pay me.
Well, that right there too. The one of the reasons that the indie games are taking such a rise is because they're not raping the streamers. They're not
Oh, yeah.
raping the gamers that are actually playing them, saying, "Hey, play our game." Saying, "Hey, Yogi, we're gonna give you this game for free. Okay, we want you to play it for us on your stream, but then if you make any money, that all goes to us."
Yeah.
I know we're back on an old subject from like last week or the week
Yeah.
before, but
Two,
this
3
is
weeks
something.
ago.
But this is something that's kind of tying into it, so I'm going with it.
Yeah.
But it's one of the same things where if in this future right here, okay, and I stream, Soldier, you stream, Yogi, you stream, we all stream League of Legends, we all stream. I know
We all
Soldier
stream for
streams
ice cream.
exactly. I know Soldier streams War Thunder. If War Thunder were to come back and say, "Okay, Soldier, you're now making money on this game. We want you to give us your revenue." Or give us 80% of that revenue, and you can have this much. Soldier's gonna say, "Ha!"
Honestly, they could have 80% of it if I'm making like so much that it still comes out to at least enough money for me to live on. I really don't mind
Oh,
that
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but if
it's
you're
still
making
ridiculous.
that much, if you're making that amount of money, and then the games say you can't have this, we're taking it from you or taking it back. That would be something like, okay, like I said, Soldier would sit there and say, "Oh, yeah, see you later, guys. I'm gonna go play a different game that I can actually make money off of."
Yep.
End of subject, right there. I'll leave it just like that, right there.
Not to mention, the last note on that is that
I gotta stop.
when you stream lesser known games, the communities are so much more loyal and engaging. If you stream mainstream stuff, only like the top like 1% of the streamers really get a significant
Yeah.
response. I stream Soul Forge, they get tons of people, and they are super supportive. They share my content. They like tell their friends about it, and we have real conversations. Whereas when I stream League of Legends, I might get an occasional jerk face that goes, "Yeah, you suck at this game. Fuck you. Bye."
Okay. I'm gonna go. Okay, this is a side subject completely. Just isn't even related. Is it called Magic 2014 Duels of the Planewalkers?
Yes.
Okay, it's not on sale anymore.
Oh gosh.
It is at $10 for the normal, 20 for the special edition, and of course all the DLCs. But yeah, it's no longer on sale. I'm just now looking at it.
We'll talk after the
And-
show. I think I have 2 copies
Yeah.
in my inventory. Maybe instead of doing a giveaway, I'll just hook you guys up.
We'll see.
And
Yeah,
then we'll
we'll talk
cross-stream.
afterwards. But I was just putting that out there. Not on sale anymore, so it will not be on the cheap bastards.
That
Yeah,
sucks.
dude. No, Moth. Yogi had said he slipped a Mickey in my drink, and I was looking in there. I was like, yeah, it's in there. So I'm trying to hurry up and drink it. The rest of
Hey,
it.
Obi, I it's kind of hard for me to make fun of you when you do it for me.
I know that's why I'm doing it. So you can't. I'm taking all your fun
You're
away.
taking the gusto out of it.
That's the best strategy. Self-deprecation.
Dude. Exactly. Wait a minute. What?
Whenever I'm gonna
Hey.
get into a bar fight, I just punch myself first, and then people say, "This guy's crazy. I'm out of here."
You just give yourself a black eye.
You
be
want
like,
some of this? Ooh.
And then when they come up saying, "Yeah, I want some," I wasn't talking to you. You should hate yourself again. Yeah.
But see, then you can't use the "you should see the other guy" line.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You're the other guy. See?
That's messed up. Okay, move on.
All right, so I'm gonna try to go through this.
Go ahead, dude.
I'm gonna try to blaze
we're-
through. I'm gonna try to blaze through it because I know there's a lot of stuff in here. But it's a new year, so there's a lot of stuff going on at the cusp.
Yeah,
of
dude.
everything.
We're having fun. That's what matters right now.
Hell yeah. So yeah, for
And
those
I got the viewers telling me to pour another drink. Sorry. Go ahead.
For those still on Xbox Live, which includes myself, Games with Gold. They're finally stepping up their game to keep up pace with Sony, because Sony does do one thing right, which is giving really good quality games for free on their subscription service. So Sleeping Dogs right now is free this month, in the month of January 2014, and that's basically Square Enix's answer to the GTA series. It's very similar. But in the Square Enix fashion, it looks kind of anime-ish and kind of exaggerated in some ways.
Now, is Square Enix are they the main base behind Sleeping Dogs? or they just partnered with somebody else to help out with it.
I'm pretty sure there's just a publisher on that, and then it's like some other team that actually developed it.
Okay, because when I think of Square Enix, I'm looking at all the Final Fantasy series, and I love the Final Fantasy series. But when I see Sleeping Dogs, I don't go Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
And so, when you say it's an answer to GTA, I'm sitting here thinking like they probably they had to have done something. They probably sponsored it or helped with it, but they didn't make it. Is what went through my head. But yeah, never played it. Don't know if it's good or not. I have no idea.
I've seen gameplay video on it. I've downloaded it. I haven't played it. Because I think it's
downloaded this awesome game, but I haven't played it.
I mean, it's a single player game. So and you know me, you know my problem. I don't finish single player games most of the time.
Did you buy it on the holiday sales?
No, I got it for free on Xbox Live.
Okay, well, I was gonna say I have bought a crap ton of video games on sales, and I haven't played them yet.
Yeah, me too. We'll talk about our backlog during the cheap deals.
Hey, it'll last me all year.
Dust Off's gonna be hell this year.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're dusting this off. I bought it 6 months ago, but we're gonna dust it off now.
We'll have 50 games each dust off.
Exactly.
Oh man. So anyway, for anyone that misses Sega and their style, their very unique style of games, which I'm one of those people. I used to be a hardcore Sega fanboy. I'll admit it. The original creators of Doki Doki Universe, I believe it's Greg Johnson. Original creators of Toe Jam and Earl released Doki Doki Universe, which I think is only on Sony platforms, so boo. But it's pretty cool to me because Greg Johnson and the other guy, I think it's Mark Vorsanger. These guys, Toe Jam and Earl was a game where you were aliens giving gifts to people and running away from the boogeyman and all this crazy stuff. And they always have like a funky kind of style, art style, and cool music to their games. A lot of nice mechanics. So pretty interesting. If you're a Sony person, I'm not. So I could just admire this from afar. But the free version of the game lets you do. This is pretty interesting. It lets you message people. It's got some social media features, and it has over 200 personality tests that I'm told are very accurate. Like, very creepily accurate. Like, it'll tell you to do random things like choose a picture real quick from these three, or tell me what you would do in this situation. And you ask all these questions, and it'll pretty much tell you what kind of person you are. Yeah, you're probably gonna kill someone within the next 5 years. You probably punched someone in the face recently. It's like, whoa, how do you know that? It's probably not that.
Yes. Lucky guess.
Some other fun stuff also in the Sega universe in some ways. I've been getting to more podcasts, so they could cross promote us and we could collaborate and stuff. One of the ones I recently discovered was Sega Addicts, and the final episode just went up, episode 150 episodes. It's up on Stitcher. Wow. They shut down, but they're coming back as a variety show, so they're still gonna do some Sega stuff, but apparently they just gonna keep doing Sega strictly every episode. Even though Sega had a strong year, they released over 45 games last year, which is kind of a big deal.
That is a lot of games. Even a year, dude. That's wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Sega isn't playing. People don't always think about it, but chances are, if you play enough games, you've played a Sega game recently. You just don't know it. You may have filtered it out somehow.
That probably, and that's usually how it works anyway. Just because, just how it works.
Yeah. Our minds are funny things. But they talk about in the episode. They talk about Persona 4, which is a series I would love to get into if it ever gets ported over. I played the original Persona, I think, and the second one, I believe. Mm-hmm. They talk about some Sega Saturn games too.
I played the PSP one, and I played quite a bit of it, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I didn't finish it, sadly enough.
That'd be me. They talk about a lot of Sega Saturn games as well. Some of their latest Sonic games. Really good episode. Check it out. Maybe we'll have them join us sometime. We'll do a massive episode where we just team up. It'll be really crazy. I don't know. We'll see.
That'd be cool. Yeah, we'll definitely get some stuff going with those guys. You guys got any other news that you guys want to dish out right now?
Oh yeah, we got a little bit more. I don't know if Soldier has anything.
Nope.
But anyway, if you want your Sega fix, check out the Sega Nerds podcast. That's another good one. All right, so another item, a little less related to all the stuff we've been talking about. Audi, the car manufacturer, you know, and Google, they are former collaborators. They worked on Google Earth together, which a lot of people don't know, and now they're working on a new project together to build an Android platform for cars. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm more of an Android guy than I am an iOS guy. So this is kind of neat to me, even though I would not buy
Right.
an Audi.
I got a Evo right here.
Nice, that's a good phone.
Good enough.
So this is kind of interesting because Google's definitely trying to take over the world, and right now Android has about a 40% market share for smartphones. BlackBerry has like a very small percentage. They're trying to push it up. That's according to Audio Pacific. They say 40%, and iOS has, I don't know, 30% or something, or 40%. Who knows, 50%. Who knows? Who cares? Um, so kind of neat. I'm not gonna get too deep into that. Oh, another Sega bit. I should have put this with the rest of the Sega stuff, but there's rumors again that they may be working on a Dreamcast 2. There's some videos out on YouTube. That no one's confirming anything or denying it, which is interesting because in 2007, Sega denied that they said that they will not be working on a Dreamcast 2. At least that back then. But it's
Whatever.
7
It's
years.
coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
And
It's coming.
I say it's a good thing, whether you like Sega or not, because we need more competition. And Nintendo doesn't count. Nintendo has their own little space that does not compete directly with the Xbox or PS4. No one says, hey, should I get a Wii U, PS4, or Xbox One? They say, will I get a Xbox One or PS4? So it's a two-console market, and we need some more competition there. Keep them honest, I feel.
Definitely.
So also, what's interesting is that they have a beta of like a gaming community type thing with social media features on this stuff that really seems like it could be an operating system for hardware, and people have found actual specs, like they actually found like project details of what they would envision the Dreamcast 2 to be, like very fleshed out stuff, not general ideas, like very fleshed out specs. So it could happen. So more news on that as we find out. We'll keep an eye on that for you guys. Let's see what else we got. We went through that. And in completely unrelated news, U.S. manufacturing is now on a 5-year growth trend. What that matters to us is there's more jobs being created, and we're actually producing stuff. We're actually manufacturing our own crap and not just importing crap and making other countries rich.
Good.
Made in the USA, baby.
Hey. This is a note to all you McDonald's people who want $15 an hour. Go get a real freaking job and go there, wherever those jobs are.
Well, you know that's going to happen, right?
Where'd that come from?
Well,
I know. I hate people that say that. Oh, we work at McDonald's. We deserve $15 an hour. You do not deserve freaking $15 an hour to sit in there and spit on a burger. I tell you what, I went to tech school for a year. And I'm going back to school just so I can make freaking more money. You can get off your lazy asses and do some. Oh, I worked it up. Oh, okay, don't.
Hey,
Not
soldier.
even the rant hour, and I'm ranting.
Soldier.
We'll probably have to
Say, it's not even rant time yet, dude. You're going off already, dude.
I'm sorry.
"Fuck."
That is one of the things that can set me off.
I'm sitting there going, no, not yet. But never mind anyway.
It's funny because when rant time starts, I'm not going to be able to rant. You gotta hit my buttons.
I'll remember to bring that back up during the free balling or whatever we do.
Just bring up something I don't like. It'll happen.
But I'm gonna tell you that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen because food industry is still one of the fastest growing, and retail are still like the fastest growing. The U.S. leads every other country in retail. So we're good at consumerism, but we're not good at manufacturing, building stuff. So we're trying to change that.
The best at consumerism for a long time. The problem is that we keep buying crap from overseas because it's cheaper, and then we can sell it for the same price that we've been selling it, so that the companies can make more money. I mean, it's just simple. Yeah, it's capitalism. It really is. And if people don't like it, then stop buying the products in the first place.
Yeah.
If a bunch of people stop buying the cheap ass products, the company will stop buying the cheap ass products. It's a lot of people say, well, okay, I'm not even gonna get that's a rant out. That's rant.
Exactly.
I'll wait till rant.
Well, some of the last part of the news, and we decided to do this just because it has been such a huge, I don't want to, I guess, burden on like the whole northwest east coast of the United States. With the huge big snowstorms. I know Yogi's down in Georgia
Yes.
and Soldiers in Kansas. I don't know how much snow you guys has gotten.
That much.
And you said like Chi-Town's got what 8 to 12 inches so far.
That's what I was hearing. That's crazy.
Lucasa, how much snow has Chicago gotten? If you could give us a heads up on that. I live in Holland, right across the river from Chicago, and we've gotten 3 foot. So part of it's lake effect, of course. What are you guys doing?
Leave us alone. You just talk.
Faces. Oh.
Hey, fun in the Twitch chat.
A ton. So, and I'm willing to say that the last time I looked, it was like 14 inches total in Chicago through this little snow flurry season. So
I'm used to that.
But anyway, that's the end of the news, guys. We will be back in a couple minutes. Oh my God. We'll be back in a couple minutes with deals for cheap bastards. We do got a pretty good set of deals coming up this here in a few minutes. So enjoy the music, guys, and we will be right back as soon as I can find the volume button, which is
The
somewhere
volume
around
button.
here. The volume button. Volume. Shut up. Guys, enjoy the music. We'll be right back.
So have you turned us down so they can't hear us or what?
No.
Oh.
We're mixed in with the music.
I like to take cold showers in the afternoons.
You said that right on line with the music too.
Oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm trying not to laugh too hard. 'Cause I'm gonna piss my pants.
This is the time to go take a leak real quick.
Just do like me and where it depends.
I don't know how much
Hang on,
time we have. All right, I'll be back.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay. I'm done. All right.
Guys, you are
this-
stepping on something, aren't you?
Dude, guys, this is the part of the show where we're just kind of playing some music and we're just cracking back a little bit to get ready for the next segment. I'm not. So, again, enjoy the music and whatever you guys hear, don't quote us on it in the future. I can't stop.
Good thing you're wearing Depends too, so you can piss yourself.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
You're laughing, it just makes it escalate. Continue on.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
good times.
Okay. Oh. Holy crap.
I don't know. I hope I didn't break the seal preemptively.
It's we've just been laughing since you left.
All right, here we go. Welcome back. This is HorsePLAY. You're sitting here with Obi-Wan X2, YogiZilla, and Soldierism right there. We're laughing so hard because if you guys didn't see, if you guys are on the stream right now, you heard everything else going on. We just couldn't stop laughing. But welcome back. This is the time to tell you guys where you guys can find the best deals because you are cheap bastards. Because you still want to play games. What we got, Soldier?
Well, today's the last day of the Steam sales. They do not do community choice on the last day, apparently, but they do bring out a lot of the more popular ones throughout the past week or two. You got Dishonored, which I personally truly love. I need to dust it off because it was really fun and so many different ways of playing it. And it's on sale, 75% off, $750. Football Manager 2014, if you're into that, that's on sale, 50% off. Anno 2070, curious, but not curious enough for me to still spend it, even though it's 75% off at $750. Batman Arkham Origins is on sale, 50% off. Still $25, so still outside my price range. Company of Heroes, I believe I have the first one of that. This is Company of Heroes 2. It's on sale, 66% off. Skyrim's on sale, although it's been out for about 2 years now, right? Something like that. It's on sale,
Around.
75% off. Real fun game. Some people, it's a game you can go back to after a couple months of not playing it. Assassin's Creed Black Flag looks good. It's only 25% off though, probably because it's still new. It's on sale, $45, which is still a lot of money for a video game. So it surprises me a little bit. BioShock Infinite is on sale, 75% off, $10. Tomb Raider, the new one, I guess the redo of it, is on sale, and it's on sale for 80% off, $10. Then there's Arma 3. I've heard a few things about Arma 3. Look not too bad. The main reason I look to the Arma games is because of DayZ, of course. Which, if you're up to date on DayZ, they do have a beta already on sale on Steam. It's a standalone, so you don't need to buy any of the Armas. But from what I've seen of Arma 3, if you do enjoy, like, it's about, I don't want to say it's as realistic as it gets because I have never been in the trenches, but apparently it is very, very pretty realistic, according to what they say. And the graphics look beautiful, and they've added a lot since Arma 2. Far Cry 3 is on sale, 75% off. That is definitely a game you could enjoy. Replay value is still kind of there. I've replayed it once, but it's $750 people. I mean, it's definitely worth it for the one playthrough. Payday 2 is on sale. That is a game that is quite a game. I own it. I play with a couple friends every now and then. If you enjoy robbing people without the consequences, it is the game for you. With absolutely zero chance of you going to actual jail for robbing people in the game anyway. Don't do it in real life. Very bad. It's 55% off, $13.50. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I bought that once, and it's pretty good, especially if you get a group to run with. It's 75% off. It's $3.75. That's pretty good. Borderlands 2 is on sale. I think they have 3 or 4 DLCs out for it right now. A lot of different classes. I used to play it, but it's $7.50. You know, it's really cheap. The Stanley Parable is on sale. It's 40% off. Gary's Mod. If you enjoy like building stuff with actual physics and whatnot and controlling stuff, it's definitely a game to look for. But for that, you also have to purchase Team Fortress, I believe. It's on sale, 75% off, so it's only $2.50. Metro Last Light follows with the Metro 2033, which I do own that one. Very fun game, very fun shooter, very, very interesting storyline too, at least what I played on the first one. I have not played Last Light yet. Saints Row 4, if you enjoyed Saints Row 3, they say this one's pretty good. There has been a bit of negative feedback on it for the fact that there's almost no reason to truly steal a vehicle except to totally dick around because you get superpowers. Okay. But yeah, that's on sale. Chivalry, Age of Empires, Dark Souls, Total War, Rome 2, Call of Duty Ghosts, XCOM, all that's on sale. And now since the sales on Steam are going to be gone after today, which means we won't be able to bring them back to you next week. I was able to bring up an old website that I always went to for sales for me personally. And it's not really a website that is for one particular company. It is a gathering of companies with their sales. You can get games from Steam, Gamersgate, Green Man Gaming. It's right next to me. What's right next to me?
Never mind.
I can't even see it. Anyway, but so you can see all different kinds of sales on. Typically, they can overlap at times because these are different companies that are putting up their own sales. But like here's one, Green Man Gaming selling Company of Heroes, the first one, for $2.50. It was originally $10. It's $2.50 now. So good deals there. And I believe that it is, I don't know how often it's updated. I would say weekly at the very least. It's updated weekly, possibly more often than that. But like we've got Dungeons and Dragons: Chronicles of Mysteria on sale, $7.50 instead of $15. Um, you know, and here we got the same exact game on sale on Amazon. So you don't want to just pick the first one. You want to kind of look at them. But Dungeons and Dragons: Chronicles of Mysteria for sale for $3.75 from Amazon.
Ooh,
So
what platform is that for?
it is, I believe, for PC. It's on. Oh, I suppose I should tell you guys the website. I believe Obi has it right there, big bold letters next to my name. Cheapshark.com. It's on sale. It is arcade. So I believe. Oh, it's platforms: Windows Vista 7 XP, DRM, Steam. So I would say that they're going to give you a code and you get to put it in your Steam account. But it is on sale $3.75 when it was originally $15. Really good deal there.
Hell yeah.
And it really only shows you the top 7 at first, but you can click the view all gamer or all the deals from that specific website. You have got Green Man Gaming, Amazon.com, GameStop, GameFly, GOG.com, Origin even, and then you have Get Games. So go ahead and take a scroll through there. I will be keeping a lookout, and this was kind of a last-minute deal that I found again. I remember looking at it before a long time ago, and I found it again. So next time I will definitely have some of the more popular choices just to let you know which ones are more popular, the ones you would more likely want. So there are your cheap deals, and they will still be keeping coming to you every week here on HorsePLAY. Not even though Steam does not have, I don't know why Steam doesn't have a holiday sale all year round, but yeah.
Why doesn't everybody have a holiday sale all year round? What the hell? Guys, I'm going to leave that up there for you guys. I'm going to put it right underneath. If I don't keep taking that, I'm going to put it right underneath Soldier's social media sites. I keep wanting to say social medias, and every time I do that, Yogi goes, "It's not medias. It's not plural. Media is already plural." Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry, the grammar not seeing me. Something comes out.
Those are the deals for the cheap bastard. Just remember, guys, that if you guys look on Steam, you guys can always check out other ones, and all you have to do, and I went and did it. I went on to just Google and type in cheap games, and a whole bunch of websites will come up. You guys will see some of this. The cheapshark.com, it does work. It does. In what Soldier was talking about, it is a they do give you a key to put. Actually, you can activate the game through Steam. So most of them, 90% of them, if you do play Steam, you can activate. Even if it's not on Steam, you can activate it through Steam. So it'll actually let people know that you're actually playing it.
I suppose we should also bring up the Humble Bundle. We forgot to mention that.
Humble, of course. Go ahead, man.
They got the new sales. No idea what these games are. I've never heard of them. But the Humble Bundle weekly sale, they have Samarost 2, some weird guy in a sperm outfit by the looks of it. Then they have Machinarium, whatever. It's a little robot. And then they have Loom and Windowsill, something like that. And then, of course, if you pay $6 or more, you also get Shelter, the Circle Storybook, and Botanicola, art book and maps, plus the art book and maps. So those are some games. I've never heard of them personally. And if you guys have, go ahead and let us know, because I'm curious to know why the Humble Bundle, has such
random games.
Yeah, such non-known games. I suppose. I mean, it does say at the top it's a Amanita Design and Friends.
Yeah.
So they might be basing it solely off of a single company at this point, for this week. So yeah. So there you go.
The Botanicola, I forget how you pronounce that. It's actually kind of neat. I think that's a game where, if you play Rayman, any of the Rayman games, it's kind of like that. You have a group of different bug-like creatures, and you each have different abilities, and you solve puzzles together. It's cute, and it's actually pretty immersive. That's a pretty neat game. If you like that style of game.
Right, and I do want to remind you guys, though, if you guys do go on Humble Bundle does take 10% of all its, I guess, earnings
No, no,
for
no,
charity.
no. The Humble Store takes 10% of all proceeds go to charity.
Let me
That's
finish.
okay. Fine. Go.
Humblebundle.com store.
Mm-hmm.
10% of all its proceeds does go to charity, and that is confirmed. So if you guys do that, no matter where you send your money to, you are getting some money to charity. And it's, I don't exactly know what charity it is exactly, but they do a lot of like with a lot of food stuff and a lot of family stuff as well. And then just getting like I said, like he said, gamers, really cool games, not at this time, but really cool games to play for damn near free.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, mini features. We have a couple featured items on the stream or on Horseplay that we'd like to bring out every now and then. And this this feature is dealing with Soldier again. And Soldier, I have a question for you, sir.
What? It wasn't me. She said she was 18. I swear.
It's not that topic. Calm
Just
down.
ask my wife. She was there.
See, ask your wife. She was there too. Anyway, get off topic. What
Okay.
was your favorite game? This is to both of you. What was your favorite game of 2013? Now, it doesn't have to come out in 2013. First, actually, I do. I want to know the game that came out this past year. What was your favorite? And what game have you played this past year that was your favorite? Got two answers. Yogi?
Me first?
Yogi,
Okay.
You
So
you can go first.
2000
Soldier, you last.
I'm gonna think.
2013 release that I love the most, hands down, I think it would be Risk of Rain. Because I like games with high replay value, and that's the only one that really fits the bill. It might be a close one with Rogue Legacy, except Rogue Legacy doesn't have multiplayer, so that I feel less connected to it, less committed to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as my favorite game, it's kind of a tie. I've as far as like gameplay hours, I've put a lot of hours into Soulforge. I've tapered off on that. I put a lot of hours into Scrolls. That's kind of tapered off. Those are like the big ones, to be honest. And actually, the not so surprised. I put a lot of hours into Black Ops 2 for a little while. In the beginning of the year, I played a lot of League and Clan Ops. Not so much right now, but I might dust that off soon. So,
Okay, Soldier.
I would have
No
to
more
say,
thinking time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say that the best release of 2013, and compared to Yogi, it's gonna feel like I'm a fanboy, but it's gonna have to be Battlefield 4. I have put a lot of time into it. I plan on putting more into it once I get over the all the Steam sales. But that one I have just been I play a lot with another clan of mine, and it is a blast. I mean, it's a lot of people argue about Call of Duty and Battlefield 4 about how Call of Duty it just remakes the same game over and over. Battlefield 4, I'm sorry, it kind of does the same thing. It just adds new elements to it. But that being said, I actually prefer Battlefield 4 because it's more of a strategic value, and also there's freaking jets. So I would have to say
I
Battlefield
just
4
learned
is
how
my
to fly a
best.
helicopter, so
And I see, like, I learned how to fly those in Battlefield 3, and it carried over to 4 easily. But yeah, so Battlefield 4 would have to be my best release of 2013. If you want something else that I played a lot of in 2013, oh gosh, I would, I don't know. It would have to be probably something along the lines of either Path of Exiles or, especially lately, Risk of Rain. Those would be two of my, and War Thunder. Those are my three most popular games here recently of this year. So,
okay.
yeah.
Well, this year for me, the best one that I like that's been released, I'm gonna have to to agree with Soldier on this one is Battlefield 4. Dude, somebody gave it to me, okay, and before I couldn't really play Battlefield 3. It was just just too laggy for me. I couldn't turn down settings enough to be able to even play well. Well, we got a few upgrades, and they said just try it. I said I'm not going to even attempt it because it's not going to work. Try it, try it, try it. Well, I actually started doing good, and then I met Soldier. So now every time he's on the other team, I lose. I can't.
Unless Pyro's on your team.
Yeah, unless Pyro's on my team. But anyway, it's because he trolls me, and he knows how this son of a bitch sat with me for about 3 hours learning, and I really know now this is why he did it. He learned how I snipe and how I move and everything. So now he just goes and mirrors me and says, "Okay, I'm waiting for you. 3, 2, 1. Hey, Obi, what? Pfft, you're dead. Oh fuck. Okay." Okay, so but that is one of the ones that I really like so far this year. Now the ones that I've played again, I have played War Thunder. Hey Cluster, what's going on, man? I have played War Thunder, and again, it's really the same thing, but there's new elements to it that I haven't seen yet, which is wow. Getting back into that, and just even making twinks. I mean, we did some twos, some what did we do last night? Boomkin and Priest. And we went from 0. I had no rating whatsoever, and now I'm like 1,700. Sweet. I do got a video coming out here soon on my channel for that one too. But next one is, and I know we're kind of just moving right into this, guys, but the next one is, oh God, we're talking about PS4 again. Here we go.
PS4 and Xbox One, but we'll let Soldier open up.
We are actually gonna get to some of the chat that has been going off that I've not been ignoring, guys. I promise you. So since we've been talking about WoW, okay, we're just gonna get right a little bit back into it. I know we're kind of going off topic a little bit, but are either of you guys gonna play WoW in the new expansion? Either of you?
I'm Guild Wars 2.
Okay. Yogi, you're probably not going to. I heard Saul that you can't do it unless you got 20 freaking alts or something like that.
Yeah, the only MMO I'm gonna probably be playing is War Thunder and Firefall because I know some people over there. That's about it. And very casually.
Ooh, that's gonna be strong. But
Whoa.
But yeah. Now one question was, whoever's gonna play, are we gonna enjoy the Insta 90 in the new DLC? For me, I will love it because then I can bring people back. My wife can come back to play. My cousin can come back and play. My little brother, if he stays out of trouble, he can come back and play. And then they got instant 90s to where all they got to do is grind 10 levels, which will be with me leveling, and then we're good. They can get back right in the game again.
Yeah.
The other part of that is, do I really want to deal with more noobs having freaking, oh yeah, I played a priest for 2 years. Okay, but now you're playing a warrior. So, casting healing class to a not healing yourself unless you have victory rush or fight last wind. Anyway, that's what I just don't want to deal with. But am I going to be happy? Definitely. I will definitely be happy in that. Just because there's going to be hopefully a lot more people playing, and just hopefully it's better. Moth did say here on 2, A Tale of Two Souls was interesting. I can't say the best game, but by interesting take on a video game, a great tale nonetheless. So, Tale of Two Souls. Yogi, Soldier, if you guys want to check that one out, he liked that one this year. And I think that's all we have. If you guys do have anything that you guys want to put up, the best video games that you guys have played this year and the best one that was released this year, we will send that out. Well, we are going to go right on to the next section here, or the next section, same damn thing. Soldier, why do you prefer PS4 over Xbox?
Personal sake, the PS4 to me, when I have owned a PS3 and an Xbox 360, the PS3, it felt better for me. I enjoyed the controllers more. I know a lot of people say, "Oh no, the Xbox's controllers are ergonomically handled for the hands to be so great for masturbating," but to me, I grew up with the Sony, so the controller's more comfortable for
Mm-hmm.
me. I know how to operate it. It's just personal preference for me at this point. Also, I was a little ticked off when I went from PS3 to Xbox 360, and I knew I'd have to pay the membership to play online. But that little transition, because first I had the PS3, then I went to 360, and that little transition kind of bugged me a little bit. So I wasn't that fond of the Xbox
Right.
whenever I switched over. Right now, I would love to switch back, but GameStop, being the total douchebags they are, would only take $30 for my game system. So that being said, I'd rather it'd be cheaper for me just to buy just buy a PS3 if I wanted it that badly, and then proceed to play both. So that's my personal preference when it comes to the PS4. Is it just
Okay.
it's just my personal preference. I've just been a Sony person since.
Because I mean,
way back.
we're gonna do a little bit of comparing here.
Mhm.
Okay. They're almost minus some interspecs that they have, I guess you could call it. They're basically the same system.
Mhm.
Of course, the Xbox One, wow, 360. The Xbox One has the integrated video or the integrated capture card. The PS4 doesn't. I mean, the graphics are basically the same. The operating systems are basically Retrospect the same, because they have the same block, friends list, and then you have to go to the next page to do your game, and then you go to the next page to do your social media. It's just the same. It's the same exact shit. Comes down to peripherals. It's basically your preference. Where are your friends at? Are your friends on Xbox or are your friends on PS? That's just how it is. Soldier, a lot of your friends are probably on PS4 too. That's why that's gonna no.
No,
They're all
actually,
on Xbox.
I only have one person who is on the Sony side, and him
Well,
and his
then you're a
brother.
loser. But
I'm
anyway.
sorry. I'm sorry. My AT clan, they're Xbox people, but still, they don't ever play with me anyway.
Drink number 3, yes.
See, that's why I have a tough decision because I want to get Battlefield 4, but I don't know if I want to get it on the PC or hold off and get an Xbox One and get it there. But I already have a bunch of clanmates playing on the 360. I just don't want to buy it twice. As it is, I'm still playing for Battlefield 3, and I'm perfectly fine with it because I have the premium on there and there's tons of content there. I don't see a compelling reason to upgrade right now. But I think one of the coolest things about the Xbox One, besides me having more of a Microsoft lean, obviously, is the way it handles highlights. That they have that SkyDrive thing that lets you do a lot more video editing than the Sony PS4 does. So I think that's cool. They also got rid of the family pack for Xbox Live. So instead of paying $100, you just get the regular subscription, and you get virtually unlimited accounts for your whole family on there.
You
so
basically
that's
get the
smart.
same thing, but just cheaper price.
Yeah, way cheaper, way cheaper.
Definitely.
So that's smart, and like now they don't have as much restrictions on how the licenses work. So you can share more of your digital content with your family. So that's awesome. Before you had to actually like buy it for each person or do stupid things. Like there was all kind of weird nuances. So
Yeah, you had to buy it for every box that you had, or every one
yeah.
thing that you had. You actually had to have another. Basically, it's just like a computer game. You have to have a single copy for every computer almost, because that game is linked to that computer. If it's not, it won't work, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so they got rid of a lot of the nuances. So for me, I definitely, like you guys said, it comes down to the games and brand loyalty. But I think the exclusive title thing now, that's a moot point because there aren't really any exclusive titles anymore. Everything's cross-platform. So
Not entirely.
don't say
Actually.
Just Cause, don't say Last of Us. That
No. I've got an entire list here of the exclusives.
from what
I'm
I've
gonna-
seen in the exclusives,
I'm
a
gonna
lot
put
of
that on
them.
the stream.
A lot of
Yep.
them are single player games.
Well, no. You
The chat
have.
will be right back. I'm gonna put that on the stream, dude, before you start talking about it. Give me a second.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no, I know exactly. You linked that, and I opened it up right away. Just give me 2 seconds, and I'll actually
Yeah.
put it up.
Yeah.
By the way,
You can talk.
I'll keep talking. I mean, personally, I haven't seen anything compelling as far as exclusives are on either console. So for me, personally, it just comes down to my preference in community. And yeah, most of my friends that are not PC gamers, they're on Xbox, hands down. And a lot of them are still on Xbox 360 and waiting for some good release launch titles or new titles to come out on Xbox One to justify the cost of it. But I don't really have that many people that played PS3 or PS4, and the ones that do, they're kind of weird anyway, so I don't care about them. But most of the time, like my friends that have a PS3 or any Sony product, they go, but have you played Just Cause? Like every game they use to like get me to buy the system is like, dude, Last of Us is epic. I'm like, single player, don't care.
Well, Just Cause is also on the PC. So, I mean, then
Yeah.
again, of course, console people don't care that.
Or Uncharted.
So,
Uncharted. Uncharted is another
Yeah.
one they use.
So,
and
I
it's
mean,
like,
this list is purely between the Xbox and the PS4, which is pretty much what we're talking about is the difference between these two.
Okay, here we go. I do
You got
have
the
it up.
list? Okay.
PS4 versus Xbox. This is one game carts, guys. Basically, it's a list of what's on PS4 and what's on Xbox One, and what's on both. Soldier, you can go ahead and do this. I'm just gonna scroll down with you.
Okay, so a lot of the more popular titles, such as Battlefield, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, The Elder Scrolls, a lot of the more popular titles are on both. So in that case, it doesn't really matter. But if you are, say, a Halo fan, of course you're going to need Xbox. Dead Rising, if you enjoyed the first two Dead Risings, Dead Rising 3 is exclusive to Xbox One only, along with other games. Well, Rise, Son of Rome. That one I have seen played. That is another exclusive one that was supposed to be popular. And if you're a Fable fan, then Fable Legends will be only on the Xbox. Now on the PS4 side, they have a lot more exclusives than the Xbox, and a lot more popular ones, if you ask me. Warframe is, I suppose, a pretty popular one. I've played it on PC. Third-person shooter, not too bad, just a simple shooter. The Final Fantasy 14 Realm Reborn is going to be exclusive for PS4 and PC. I believe
so mad.
that is the new online one. I did manage to play the beta. I had a friend give me a beta key, and I would manage to play it. And it is unique in the fact that you don't need to create more than one character. In fact, because you can take your character, change your class, and you're basically back to level 1 with that class. And if you ever wish to go back to your previous class, you can.
You can, and you're all the way back up where you've left off.
Right back where you left it. So you can make that one character that you think just looks just the epitome of badassery, and you can use that character for all your classes. The kill zones, they have become pretty popular recently. Killzone Shadowfall will only be exclusive to the PS4. And of course, Infamous, which has always been exclusive to the PlayStation, that is still only exclusive to the PlayStation 4. I did play the first one. That was a good game, so that could lean some people towards that direction. You do have the Tekken Revolution. The Tekken games have always been a great fighter one for me. I've always enjoyed them. PlanetSide 2, it's on PC, and it's only going to be exclusive for PS4 as well. A very popular game, very fun game. It kind of brings in the first-person shooter aspect with world domination. So there's no play this match to get a good score, play this match, maybe get a good score. It is a world score. You fight on a world, on a planet. You can fight. There's many different fronts. It's a very big game, very popular. And I'm only going through the more popular ones that I know. You may know some of these. That's why the list is there. Uncharted, also exclusive for the PS4 or PC, apparently, according to Yogi. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I think it is on Steam, if I remember correctly. But
real quick, I want you guys to know, and I'm letting you back to this real quick, but I want you guys to see on the stream where it says unnamed Black Task game. That is the end of the Xbox line. Okay. The Plants vs. Zombies, The Thief, the Star Wars Battlefront, Skylander, Snipe Elite 3. Those are on both. And then the left side is still PS4. If you guys look at how many more games PS4 has exclusive that's going to be
Exclusively.
exclusive on PS4.
Get that fourth
Excuse me.
drink.
I got it right here, sir. But it's if you guys check it out, but it's gonna be that many more games. I mean, go ahead, you can keep going, man.
Okay, well, that's pretty much the end of the list right there. Is Uncharted was the last on the PS4 list. But as you can see in the middle list, you see Assassin's Creed, Battlefield, Call of Duty, The Crew, Destiny. I believe somebody asked that in the chat. Destiny is going to be on both of them. It will not be on just one or the other. It is on both. Then there's Dying Light. Elder Scrolls Online is going to be all systems. Final Fantasy 15. This is what kind of threw me for a loop. Is Final Fantasy leans more towards the PlayStation, but they've been giving more to the Xbox. So apparently the just the franchise of the series is going to be Final Fantasy 15. It's going to be on both of them.
Yay!
EA Sports, of course, is going to dish it out to everyone and screw it up right before they get it out. Just Dance, Madden 25, Metal Gear Solid. That's a very popular one. That's going to be on both. The NBA's some game called Peggle 2. Never heard of it. Star Wars Battlefront 3. Apparently, I guess they are coming out with a Battlefront 3. I had heard rumors about this a year ago. The first one was great. The second one was not quite as good as the first one, in my opinion. We'll see about Battlefront 3. That is one I will keep my eye on. I did enjoy those.
Yeah.
Sniper Elite 3, all systems. Wolfenstein New Order, all systems. The Witcher 3, all systems. Although I'm kind of put off by the Witcher games because I bought the second one and it did not work on my computer. Don't know why. Whatever.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Minecraft.
He bought an
Minecraft.
Xbox copy.
No, I bought a PC copy. Minecraft has just recently actually gone to the PlayStation. So it's on all consoles. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, and Child of Light. They're all for both of them. So the more popular titles, the ones that get the big raves like Assassin's Creed, Battlefield, Call of Duty, they are going to be on all consoles. So no worries there if those are the ones you're looking forward to. Just go by your personal preference if these don't sway you.
By the way, if you guys want to have a... Oh, go ahead.
I do want to add something. I'll forget, dude, so you got to let me go first. I do want to add something to... Really... if you guys see right there, the EA Sports UFC, that is actually a full-fledged UFC. I mean, it's awesome. I was watching somebody. I don't think is it out yet? I don't think it is out yet. I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Well, anyway, you know how, everybody gets their, people that are actually in games, they get their early releases and stuff. And there was a UFC fighter on Twitch. I was watching him the other day, and he was using himself in the EA Sports UFC game and getting his ass kicked. Ooh, he goes, dude, this is one of the hardest fighting games he's ever played in his life. And he's like, he grew up playing video games and playing, Tekken and freaking Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. And he goes, I can't play this game. It's hard. Hey, it's like, so would you rather do it in real life? He goes, man, I got to fight next month. I'm ready to roll. But anyway, but that is actually, and it's actually one of the best ones that they have planned and coming out, basically. And if you guys, like he said, if you guys do like Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, it's supposed to be the best one that's come out yet, but we'll see.
Now, back to that UFC, I can kind of understand why it would be the hardest. When you go to all the others, they're typically only a hit or something, or if you play the wrestling games, you got to grab and then you use a button combination to throw them or something.
Yeah, but this
pretty
is
much,
like...
Yeah, this is mixed martial arts right here. You've got so many different moves that people can do in this, and I can see that it would be hard and difficult because it literally is not something like WWE where you act like you're kicking somebody and they got to make it look like you're getting kicked. They actually, I mean, it's full to where some settings where you can put it on your controller, like your right trigger is your right arm, your left trigger is your left arm, then you move with your body with the joysticks, and then you have the other triggers as your feet, and you actually can get all into it and they can blow it out, or you can go, of course, to the default and
A and X is punch or B, or I don't even know how the controllers are laid out, but
So what they need to hook that up to the PlayStation Eye and the Kinect and make it to where you actually wrestle.
and you actually sit there and you actually wrestle. I don't know about that, but anyway, a lot of the boxing games are like that right now. So, ooh, that was exciting, wasn't it?
Hey, Obi,
I'm all worked up and shit. Roll.
He's
What's up,
sweating.
man? Woo.
did this UFC fighter, did he get banned from Twitch for playing with himself on stream? Ho!
I'm hitting the buzzer right now.
Hang
I
on,
don't
hang
have.
on, hang on. We're doing-
Yeah.
No, serious. No, I like the UFC games. I like them ever since the Dreamcast. They're pretty solid. I think it's the only thing that EA still does kind of right. That's
I've
another
loved it
reason.
First day I played them.
But we do have
another
Moth
thing, I don't
did
know.
say something. I do want to say this before we get off this topic. Moth did say something that he would probably prefer the PS4, just because if he's going to play anything from Microsoft, that's what he's got a computer for.
Yep, totally agree. A lot
So,
of things that Microsoft has.
You know what?
PC
Screw
does.
you both. And I'm not saying screw you to Moth for you to leave or nothing. I love you to death because you're still here. But screw you, sir. And the horse you rode in on. If it's white, then it just proves my point. Anyway, that's not me. That's mean, dude. Then like, shut up,
Oh.
you douche. Oh, all right. What are we doing? Let's do. Yogi. What you got,
Yes.
man? What you got?
Are
What do you have for us, sir?
we gonna do the epic spoon?
The epic spoon. The epic spoon sounds nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fat
Wow.
lady.
We'll revisit one of our big discussions in 2013.
Oh,
You got a greeting, by the way, from Sun1CX. Oh wait,
Sonic Man. let's
Sonic
go.
Man. I just got it.
Loser.
I was at first it looked like a bunch. I thought it was like a serial number from like a product code.
You can ask him over and over for the first month. Him seeing him, I'm like, okay, that's S01CX. Hi, dude. And then he's like, dude, it's Sonic Man. Oh, okay, sorry.
In Sonic Man and Leet Speak. That's how I'm getting old. I can't read Leet Speak
You
anymore.
two are old because the first time I saw that, I'm thinking Sonic Man 11.
I'm like, I feel stupid. His A is like a 4. Okay, anyway, we're not talking about that. Anyway, the Epic Spoon, guys, comparisons of League of Legends. I think Lucasa's going to get in this topic here. League of Legends versus Dota 2. We're going to continue this. This was started 2 weeks ago in 2013. But we decided since last week was a Christmas / New Year's / whatever the fuck we decided to talk about, we just decided to bring this up and say, okay, let's continue the topic. Nice respect. Dota 2 versus League of Legends. Now, throwing politics and the fanboy antics aside, are both games.
Oh gosh, we got a war going on in the chat.
Uh-oh.
It's already started. Why did we bring this up?
It's Yogi's fault, dude.
Hey, hold on. Hold your horses. I said that these games can coexist. They're comparable, but they have their own little things that make them unique.
The communities can't, though.
Not in this
Oh,
game,
yeah.
can't.
Yeah. And I agree with the Soldier in general. The Dota 2 community is less caustic. LoL
Yes.
community is like sometimes like taking a swim, a brisk swim through acid.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, and this is how I saw a show the other this past week. Okay, and they were talking about Dota 2 versus League of Legends. What was made off of what? I don't really care. It was all made off of Warcraft, so everybody shut the hell up. First of all, because Dota, the original Dota, was made from Warcraft. I'm sorry to say that, and I hope I didn't hurt your feelings, but that's just the truth.
The field.
League of Legends and Dota 2, they're the same game, but when you get to Dota 2, that is the game that you have Okay, man, hurry back. That is the game that is more designed to be, to get into your item builds and to get the best of everything and to have everything. It's very complex in my eye. This is just my opinion. I know Lucas is going to have some. Yes, it was a mod of Warcraft, but League of Legends is Dota 2 or Dota, but just simplified. That's all it is. I don't know why people, it's so much better. No, it's not. It's really not any different. Okay, Dota 2 is the more complex of people because I've seen tournaments. Okay, I've watched Lucasa play. She doesn't know I watched her, but I've watched her play Dota 2. I don't care if she's sitting right next to me saying, okay, I'm doing this, 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 and this because of this, this, and this. I'm getting this armor to make this piece. I know that. I know how to do that. But when I look in the store, when I go to buy, and I see 20 different things, and then I click on something, and then I got 3 more things on top of that, and then I got to figure out how to do this, and the whole time, the whole team's going, hey, are you coming back out here and fighting or what? To where I can just log on to League of Legends the first time ever and go, oh, this is cool. Okay.
Simple.
Give me a little tutorial. Cool. Hey, I know how to play League of Legends already. Cool. I've only been playing for 5 minutes. Now, granted, if I were to take the time, she's told me this before, take the time and learn it. Of course, I would be able to play the game. Do I want to do that? Not really. Not really. Chat has been blowing up since I have been talking. Everybody's Dota 2, Judd, everything else. But yes, it was a mod of Warcraft, and the creators of that mod basically made Dota 2. It wasn't Dota. Dota was not, and it was not Warcraft by any means whatsoever. It was a mod. It was something that they could do to make the Warcraft setting, just try to make it better. They failed miserably, but that's why they made World of Warcraft. But anyway, getting off of that subject, what are you guys thinking? I mean, tell me what you guys think. I mean, you guys just heard from me. I talked longer than probably should have, but what are you guys thinking here? We are going to run over today, guys, because we're just not done yet. So you guys would like to hang around. We are going to continue. We are not going to quit. We have 5 minutes to 1 o'clock, and we are not quitting yet. Sorry. So we appreciate if you guys would hang around. It would be awesome. But we're going to continue this conversation. Go, Yogi.
So yeah, the main thing I'm gonna focus on. I'm not gonna get into the history of it and the politics, cause I'm a little bit too close to it, but for many reasons. But as old school Warcraft 3 players, and and I think that's one of the best games ever made in the modding community there and the custom maps. Oh my god, Dota 2 definitely has that nostalgic value for me. So it's great revisiting that for that reason alone, at the very least. But in itself, I put that aside. I like the gameplay. I think it is overwhelming when you come from LoL, and I can definitely appreciate that. Because even though, like again, I said this before, even though I played Dota first before I played LoL, when I went into Dota 2, when it was in the closed beta, it felt really cumbersome and overly complicated. But they've changed so much of that, like the recipes, recommended builds, and what I like about Dota 2 is that there's a lot less of this business of you have to build this character this way. There's so many more ways to build, and maybe that's what scares people is like, how do I build him? Because they're in that mindset, only certain builds are viable. But in Dota 2, you could do some really crazy things, and it could actually work out depending on your playstyle. You can do that in LoL too, but chances are your teammates are going to go, oh, this guy's an asshole, report him, noob, report, wrong build, go to Mobile Fire, go to Solar Mid. It's like, oh, come on, dude. I'm doing better than you are, so obviously my build is working. They don't, it's still... Outside of the builds, both games, they're still very skill-based, right? The builds help, but it's always going to be a slight advantage. Now, on the flip side, Dota 2 items do scale insanely, and they have special abilities that you don't see on LoL. So you could take a, subpar champion and put certain items on him to make him amazing. Because there's a bit of effects like maim, where you can slow someone down by crippling them. Mini stuns, like the mini bash, and if you have attack speed, you could keep someone perma-stunned pretty much. So you could really break the game.
Right. Well, and
Go ahead.
well, and like I said, man, it's all to. I mean, we got people on in the chat too saying we don't hate Dota 2. We don't
Yeah.
hate League of Legends. Now, Moth does hate them. He can't stand the shit. But I mean, it's the games are so similar, and if you do some, yeah, it's to the point now you can't even say if you want to go and be a pro player, you need to go to Dota 2, or if you want to be a pro player, you need to go to League, because they both have their leagues.
Yep.
You got with the WCS for Dota, and then you got the LCS for League, and then you got every other thing. Every other league, League of Legends, I guess League of Legends League season anyway. Oh, sorry guys. Had to get another drink. But it's not like we hate them. It's just there's some people that just, for me, I can't grasp the concept. Now, if I sat down, like I said before, if I sat down for an hour and actually just looked at the game, did some practice stuff, had somebody talk to me and say, hey, this is what's going on, man. It's just like League in this aspect, but it's not like League in this aspect. I would get it a lot faster. That's just how I am. I learn by seeing or actually doing myself. Soldier?
Well, for me, I have tried Dota 2. And if I remember correctly, one of the things that I didn't like about Dota 2 was, well, first off, the graphics. And I know that's not that big of an issue. It really isn't that big of an issue for the gameplay. But League of Legends just seems more smooth. The gameplay feels smoother. The skills seem easier to comprehend. Then I haven't tried Dota 2 too much. I think I've played 1 or 2 matches. But still, and it's like Obi. It's like you said, Obi. The building in Dota 2 is so much different, and it feels so complicated at first that I didn't know what I was buying or for what reason. With League of Legends, it's cut and clean. It's like this item can build into these items, and so on and so forth, and it tells you exactly what it does. It was easy to comprehend and understand. Also, you can't eat trees in League of Legends to heal. That concept. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm really not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, for me, when I first found that, I was like, huh. So I mean, it was just a new concept for me.
I didn't even know.
That's a trope that carried over from Warcraft, the tangos, and so they, a lot of the stuff that happened because that's what they had to work with on Warcraft 3, they carried into the game and kept it in there. But it's kind of neat though, because if you use the potions and you get hit, you stop healing. But if you eat a tree, you keep healing, but you just have a smaller heal.
Well,
and it makes sense to me. Really.
It's amusing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just a different concept. But also another thing, I believe if you do not get, if Dota 2 is not gifted to you, then you have to buy it. If I'm correct, if I remember correctly, because it was gifted to me. From a friend.
I think it's wide open, free now.
Is it now totally free? Because because when I got it, it was gifted to me from a friend. Because every time you got a copy, you got like 4 copies, and then you could gift them to whoever, and then they'd get 4 copies. So
it's kind of like Gmail. Like Gmail. Remember when Gmail started off?
Yeah. So I mean, it was just kind of like, so I mean, Dota 2, and originally Dota 2 just cost money right off the bat. So I think that's one of the reasons why people were kind of turned off about it and more went towards League of Legends, because technically speaking, you could play through League of Legends and get every single character for free. Granted, Dota 2, you get all the characters for free already, but at the beginning you had to actually get the game in the first place. I do enjoy the fact that League of Legends has skins. I know a lot of people, Yogi, I know you are definitely one of them that does not like the the little marketplaces where you can put real money into.
No, I don't like the way Riot handles it. I think they took a shit out of it and then said, "Here, pay for this."
Well, see, and the thing is that you don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it to improve your gameplay. You don't have to buy it to do anything. It's games that require you to buy something with real money to make your gameplay better.
Better.
It's whenever
That's the
they're
games
hiding
that I
crap
don't
on.
want.
Yes, those are the games I hate. But when they're saying, okay,
Yeah.
we have all these nice skins, you can pick from any of these skins with real money, but it's not going to improve your gameplay. It's not going to change your gameplay at all. That kind of, I can understand that entirely, because it's just like they want to make some money, and I understand that. So, and of course they've escalated to the part where they get freaking money from advertisements from their competitions and whatever they also get money from. But it for me, I just prefer League of Legends personally. It's simpler. I've been playing it longer. I know the champions better. Whereas with Dota 2, and I do have to say, it's also partially because of the graphics. The graphics on League of Legends, and I know I keep coming back to them, but they feel better to me.
I'm going with it.
You're laughing at me. Don't laugh at me.
Now let me clarify.
Sonic's telling Yogi not to drive because Yogi's like, I'm buzzed and he's at home.
So let me just clarify that I know that everybody needs to monetize somehow, whether it's through affiliate marketing, microtransactions, ads. There's always some way, nothing. There's no such thing as a free lunch. But the thing about it is that if you look at the way Dota 2 handles their marketplace, they have skins, they got all this other stuff, but they don't force it on you. And I know these are premium things for people that want the bragging rights, but it doesn't make sense. Imagine if I said to you, here's this luxury car. You want it? Here you go. Oh, you want the tires for it? The nice tires for it instead of the shit ones? Well, if you want the nice tires for it, you gotta pay the same as you did for the car. That's what Riot does. Here, $40 car and $40 tires. It's like, what? How does that make sense? It's the dumbest scale ever. And they would actually make more through collective economics by lowering the price of the skins and making it more accessible. Because I know most people are
Then
discerning
everybody
consumers.
would get a skin.
Exactly. Because no one wants to be the uncool kid that doesn't have his skin. It's like, oh, I got the default. Oh, man.
I got damn near for every
Well,
champion I play, I have a skin now, so I'm good. I don't
I have
care.
to say this, Yogi, but if somebody's going to get me a car and I have to pay real money for fancier rims, it does not change the performance of the car. At that point, it's personal preference. Do you want those fancy tires or do you not want those fancy tires? That's personal preference. It doesn't change
Of course.
the fact that that car works just like it does.
You have
That, to
choice. You have choice.
you
That's
do-
why I
you
use
do
that
have the
metaphor.
choice.
But
Which
it's
is
still.
why I think LoL does it just fine, because the only thing that they're selling, I mean, yeah, you can buy your champions with real money if you want to, but they don't make you do it. It's the skins that you have to pay real money for if you really want them. And to me, since it doesn't change the actual gameplay, it just makes them look cooler. And of course, if you're gonna pick I wish I would have bought it when it was out. Kitty Cat Katarina gives me a boner, I swear. Anyway, but it's one of those things. You can spend money, but if you don't, it's not gonna change your gameplay. It's just different looks. That's all it is. The performance stays the same.
Right. Well, in that aspect, what's echoing? Well, anyway, in that aspect, I really do agree that they should lower the price of the skins a little bit, and not make them as much as a champion. I mean, now if you got the champions, and I'm gonna just bring out the 450 ones, but like Kale, Nunu, Garen, and they're only 450 IP. Okay, now if you go to buy a skin for Garen, he's a cheap ass freaking champion already. Why are you making his skins 975 RP? To where you got to spend, what's that? Right around almost. Let's see, $5 is what, 680. So
Yeah,
you're looking at about
it's not a whole lot.
$8 just for a skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
I'm
mind
not
you.
saying it's bad because I do it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I just bought Snowdown Sivir. I thought she was pretty sexy. I was like, hey, cool.
But I mean, like Sonic did say it here in chat. He goes, the two skins in League of Legends that are just reaping the benefits
Mm-hmm.
from the sales is Pulsefire Ezreal and the Spirit Guard Udyr. They're both 3,800 freaking RP.
Mm-hmm.
How much is that right now? That's like $20.
Yeah, it's those two are insane.
$20 for
I
a
have
legendary. Now they are legendary. I guarantee it. They will soon probably go away.
yeah.
But we said that about the Pulsefire. They said that about the Pulsefire Ezreal last year.
Mhm.
It's still there.
Well, here's another thing is that there I was on YouTube and I was of course perusing like everybody that does on YouTube does, going to weird videos and moving on through the popular ones or whatever. There was a top 10 most rarest league skins. And I had not even heard of most of these skins. Like, I think I heard of maybe one or two of the 10 skins that they said. And they were so exclusive. I mean, like, some of them were
All
just like,
those rares were available this past Christmas.
no, I think these ones were specifically rare. Like, you got them for being in the beta test for League.
Oh, yeah,
got-
no.
got,
The
like,
ones
one
you
of the-
could buy that were rare, they
Yeah,
got
the
them
ones
back.
you could buy that were, like a seasonal, only allowed for a certain certain time, they were on sale. But ones that were exclusive to people who did certain things for Riot or
Yeah,
something,
no, you can't,
Yeah.
because you can't buy those with RP.
no, you can't. And see, that's just it. And that's why they were considered so rare, is because only so many people even got them in the first place, and they will never come back.
I was in the beta and I got shit. Fuck you, Riot.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. That is, guys, that right there. I know we're
I
just.
didn't even get to share my
basically
tips and tricks. We made this into skins.
Constantly talk. We will. I'm gonna give you a second here. What?
Tips and tricks of the
Yeah.
MOBAs.
We dip,
Charge
tip-
in and
trick-
shoot.
Oh, we'll get back. Just write it down. We'll start. There's more we have to get to. Yogi, do you have any comparisons? Any more comparisons on what's going on?
I'm gonna step away from the comparison because we get too sidetracked, you know. But the best thing I can say, if you want to get into Dota 2 and really give it a shot, and you're coming from LoL, just realize the main nuances. One, you can actually stay in your lanes almost the entire game, if not the entire game, because of couriers. It's a big difference. So if you find yourself spending a lot of time in town, get used to using the couriers and setting up quick shop. Keep macros so you can have everything sent to you quickly and not lose out on experience. So that makes a big difference as you get acclimated to how all the tiers and all the recipes build off of each other. And pretty much every item in Dota 2 builds up to something, unlike Doran's Blade. Fuck you, Doran's Blade.
We did have Lucasa did put it out. All the skins listed in the top rare were the ones that you could buy. The only free skins that were from linking your account to Facebook and YouTube, such as the Riot Tristana, the Gold Alistar. But you could buy all those, so they were all on sale. I did buy a couple legendary ones actually. I bought one for Katarina, and I think it was the one that Soldier wanted, But yeah, the Unchained Alistar and Riot Girl Tristana are the free ones that you could get from YouTube and Twitter, or YouTube and Facebook. There was a Twitter one too.
Yeah.
Was there a Twitter?
Yeah.
What was it?
I don't remember.
I never linked it.
I don't remember. But anyway, the viewers, you guys, this is your chance to talk about something. The next section we are going to go into in a few seconds. We're not going yet, Yogi. You still got some time. In a few seconds, guys, within the next 4 minutes, you guys decide what we are going to talk about. And because here in a moment, we are going to go free balling, talk about anything and everything that you guys want us to talk about. And we will talk. Because that's what we do. So, but you guys let us know what you guys want to see or want to talk about, and we'll definitely get on that. And like I said, it is a free balling session, so whatever's
clever.
whatever.
Whatever's clever.
I was gonna say that, but whatever's whatever, guys. So whatever. We're not gonna talk about sexual crap. We're not gonna do all that crap. But in gaming or even anything in general, you guys just let us know and we'll talk about it. Yogi, few tips and tricks, just a few
Yeah, just a few. Well, I'm gonna say this
because you can go back over this next week. I'll give you that slot. But few tips and tricks from YogiZilla, so you don't get owned.
Number one tip: add me on Steam and we'll play together so we can escape the lol bigots that are hating on Dota 2. Like, all right,
The number one trick, add me.
number one trick: add me.
I am yours.
We'll play together and we'll avoid the trolls.
Swear allegiance.
So again, this is for people that are coming from LoL and find it weird. Like, you could buy back in Dota 2, so that's a good thing to know. Save your money. Don't feel like you have to spend it all in one shot. Give yourself a little buffer. Also, get familiarized with the roles that there are in champions on Dota 2. It's a lot deeper and a lot more dynamic than in LoL. So like you have, it's not just the typical lane assignment. It's a lot different. So once you get familiar with that, it's easier to see what you enjoy the most and find a champion that's good for you. And it is overwhelming because it's a double-edged sword. You have all the champions unlocked from day one, but then you don't know which one to choose because there's so many of them. So I suggest using the filter to choose something that sounds like it's something you'd want to do, like support, pusher, initiator, caster, jungler. It's pretty self-explanatory once you see those filters.
So it actually lets you filter to a match where they don't have that position already filled?
It lets you filter when you're picking the champion if you're doing all pick.
Oh, okay.
So you have to look at a massive list of all the champions and scroll across.
Well, what if you want to break the meta? Break the meta.
Oh, you can play a lot of the champions. You can play any way you want, definitely. So I mean, I have a gameplay video where I played Earthshaker and I was not playing the way he was supposed to, and I was like carrying the team. I was playing him like an AD carry pretty much, and what would be an AD carry in LoL, and I was just dominating. It was crazy. But then at the same time, I was also really tanky. I broke the crap out of him. Sonic Man has a video for us to check out later on, by the way. Something about bronies. All right, so back to this. So yeah, another big thing. Again, I mentioned this last time, but it's really important. Is to understand you gotta understand the attribute system in Dota 2. You have your strength, agility, and intelligence, and depending on what's your primary, that's your damage modifier. So again, that's a lot more depth, and that could be overwhelming. But once you understand how each attribute affects your abilities, then you can understand which one you should be buffing. Like if I want more HP, I'm gonna work on my strength, especially if that's my primary attribute, and that'll also improve my damage. So those are like the nuances I think that people usually get overwhelmed with. But the items are not that overwhelming once you understand how it's laid out in columns. So if all else fails, use the recommended items. You can never go wrong, and they have those. And focus on items that buff your primary attribute, and then once you get familiar with the abilities, both active and passive on the items, where there are a lot more passive abilities in Dota 2 than there are in LoL, then use the ones that complement what you already do. Like if your character has a lot of stuns, then get an item that does some stuns as well. If he has the attack speed, if not, get something that maims so you can set up more opportunities to stun. And forget about it. You could break champions a lot more. And some people might say that's a bad thing, but you have some pretty epic battles because of it. That's pretty much it. I'm done. Play both games. They can coexist. Damn it.
It's like I'm done.
The communities can't though.
All right, guys, this is your chance right now before we just start and I pick a topic. I'm not gonna use that video, but it's a weird video anyway. Free ball
later.
We're gonna take a couple second break just to kind of breathe. We'll be right back, and we're actually gonna be right back into free balling. So I know we are about 15 minutes over, about 16 minutes more, guys. 1:30 will probably be off here, and out of everybody's
sleep
hair, I guess. So enjoy the music for a few minutes. We will be right back. Make sure you post in chat what you guys want us to talk about in the free balling segment. We'll be right back. See you soon.
Smite.
Yeah, from Yogi. Talk about Smite. Okay.
Yeah, Yogi, you're the only one that's played it, I think. I wanted to try it, but I never
I've
did
never
get around
played
to it.
Smite.
It looks intriguing. It's definitely a game I might try sometime, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
Definitely.
Except Yogi disappeared. I didn't realize that. Oh, there we go. I was watching the stream. Ugh.
It actually looks pretty cool, man. Go ahead and here, I'll look at it. Here, check this out. It almost looks like WoW.
Yeah, it's a MOBA except with a third person shooter feel to it.
Good for quick games.
Is it? That might be something we have to try out. Like maybe try it out this weekend or this week sometime and then talk about it next week.
Right.
It actually follows some Greek mythical gods too, rather than just pulling crap from their ass. Not to mention the chick on the right's got some nice hooters. That's the first thing I noticed, actually.
Wow. Is it not working, I guess?
What?
I was putting up this
Oh gosh, yeah, it looks weird. Beyond Two Souls. Okay. I gotta look that up. I haven't.
There we go.
I'm back.
Oh no, I haven't tried Beyond Two Souls. That looks interesting.
All right, this is what we are going to be talking about right now, guys. Welcome back. Kind of music kind of went crazy for a second. Welcome back, guys. This is HorsePLAY. We got about 15 more minutes into this show. And in the free balling section, this is what we're going to talk about. I know you guys don't see our pictures right now. You guys see Smite, which is Smite. It does say beta here. I don't think it's in beta anymore, but you can play for free. This is another game for one of those. If you're a cheap bastard, you can play this.
Yeah.
And definitely, if you guys do want to play, I will definitely download this game and actually play it just because I like to play WoW. So I'm thinking I might like it. So by next week, I will let you guys know how it is. Back to the face cam. We are going to talk about Smite. Yogi, since you have the ungodly amounts of, hiccups. You have the ungodly amounts. Yes. You have, shut up. Damn better. You have the ungodly amounts of game time in Smite. Tell us about it.
I haven't played it too much, but from what I did get to play on it, I like the idea of having a 3D, a real 3D MOBA. It's just, I think it's another case of what happens with people going from LoL to Dota 2. I felt it a little weird, and I guess I didn't have given enough time to get adjusted to it. But it feels like you don't have as much field of vision. So I felt like I was always gonna get raped somehow, and it made me feel very paranoid, made me very uneasy. But it's cool.
You can't like zoom out further than.
You could, but you could. It's still like limited. Like it's a behind the back kind of view. And again, I played it. I played it on early on, so again, like it may have changed a lot, but I felt like you just didn't have that much protection, other than maybe watching a mini map or something, or being aware of what's going on. But other than that, it's cool to see someone try new stuff with the MOBA genre and really break some of the barriers there, because just like Awesome Knots, they did a 2D MOBA, which no one thought could be done, and that did a pretty good job with it. So now you have a full 3D MOBA, and it's cool. So I see it. I don't see it being a contender for LoL and Dota 2, but it's definitely, like someone else said. Who was it that said it? Was it Sonic Man? That it's good for quick game. No, Clusterfuck said it. I love that name. Yeah, it's good for quick games, and I agree. I think for that it's good. I don't see it being a very big competitive game. I don't see it something I could play that seriously. It's like very casual kind of thing. Good change of pace if you like MOBAs.
Well, Moth did say something about here, and I'll get to that in a second, Moth. I definitely will play it. I've been looking at it. I've been actually reading some of what it is, and basically, like Yogi said, you're a god. You're Poseidon. You're Zeus. You're a god. So pick a god, and you probably get it. So he said you get 5 free gods when you go in. So you get to start as one of the whoever you prefer. If you're a caster, you probably can go with Poseidon or Zeus or somebody. If you're I don't exactly know how to, because I haven't played it, but definitely by next week, Thursday, by HorsePLAY next week, I will have played Smite, and I will let you guys know. Come play it with me, or don't catch me on that game. But anyway, I will tell you anyway. Soldier, yeah, I mean, what do you got, man?
All I know is the stuff I've heard about it. It's a nice concept. You go into the 3D aspect of MOBAs. Really intrigued me when I first saw it, but then it just kind of went into the background a little bit because League of Legends, of course, is still overpowering in the social aspect of MOBAs. It overpowers everyone else at this point, and not in gameplay or anything, but in the fact that they've had tournaments going on for years and that kind of stuff. But I will more than likely be partnering up with Obi on that side of it, and just try it out, get a feel for it. I'll even post some videos on my YouTube about it, our first impressions of it. Obi might do the same. But yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll give it a shot. It's free, so the cheap bastard totally approves.
Totally approved. Yes.
Cheap bastard approved.
And I know this wasn't very much. I mean, and I think the one person that's disappointed the most in this little freeballing section is Yogi, because we really didn't freeball shit. But we made a good attempt, and I think that's what counts. You know how when people say, "Well, it was a thought that counts." No, we didn't do shit. So I'm sorry. But we do like doing this. We do like coming up and telling the viewers to, hey, pick a topic for us. We're going to talk about it a little bit. And if we don't know nothing about it, at least one of us does. Yogi did.
Yogi knows everything.
He is the gamer. But anyway, guys, that is... do you guys have any things, anybody to make shout outs to, or any last minute hits up to? Hi, Mom. Yogi.
Oh gosh, where do I even start? Mimi, wait, who wrote me? Who put that in the show notes? Okay, that threw me off. I did not expect that.
Where?
It's in the our link section.
I'm going to your cursor. Where's it at?
Right here, next to Humble Bundle.
Oh, I did, because Lucasa asked me on Twitch earlier in the chat. She goes, "Who's gonna grind a whole bunch of Elo when season 4 starts?" And I went, me, but I was on the show notes, so I had to correct and get to the chat.
Oh, okay. Let me take that off.
That was me. Here, let me. I don't want to touch it. I'm not deleting anything.
I play League for all my spare time, so no, I will not be grinding. That's for sure.
Yes, and that goes back to what I said before. I hate the whole grinding element. Like, if you could get all the champions for free, but you'll be spending a long time.
I enjoy playing the champions I've gotten. Whenever I get enough,
yeah.
One.
I guess for me, like, I've always been someone that needs to, like, sample as much as possible to keep things fresh. And if I feel like I'm just playing the same thing over and over again, I lose interest quickly. I'm at ADD's, like, on an all-time high, being an old man.
We're going back to the comparison.
I know, I'm sorry. I just wanted to close off on
man.
that. We're overlapping free balling. There was still
We
some
are.
balls hanging out.
Our balls are
We're
overlapping.
We're
So
wow,
some
dude, we
shameless
need to end the show right now.
so shameless plugs. I'll let Obi and handle all the usual stuff that we talk about as far as like where we get content stuff and whatnot. But a big thing I wanted to share is that I'm running a promotion called Reward Unlocked as part of my own content efforts, and also to kind of build out our horseplay brand and get us some people to stream with and guest on the show. So I'm gonna be giving away a copy of Risk of Rain, Skulls of the Shogun, Guns of Icarus Online, and some other goodies. Maybe Magic 2014, but I don't know. I have a feeling that I might end up giving those to Obi and Soldier.
Where are these giveaways at?
Mainly talking about the details on my main blog, yomar.me. But you can find them on Google Plus, on my Twitch. I have details in there on my recorded broadcasts, on my Tumblr, yogizilla.tumblr.com.
All right.
It's all over the place.
Right. So to get those possibilities of giveaways, you guys did hear it right here. Twitch.tv/Yogizilla. And you can always Twitter him too. Say, hey, Yogi, when are you doing the giveaways? He'll tweet you back. I promise. It might take him a couple hours, but we will tweet you back. And if you guys do want to see those videos and see those any other things that he's giving away on his YouTube page as well, youtube.com/Yogizilla. And then make sure that you guys check out. Were you done, Yog?
Yeah, I think so. The other thing I was gonna say, yeah, Twitter's probably the best way to reach me because like that hits me up everywhere, and I'm pretty fast on Twitter.
Okay. And then, of course, you guys do know Soldier Z. Yeah, like I said, we're going to get his art fixed here. Twitter him at Soldierism. And, of course, make sure you guys check out. He said we're going to play some Smite. And we're going to do some YouTubing. So check him out. YouTube.com/Soldierism Z. Make sure you put that Z at the end. Don't ask.
A Latino guy that
he had a ism.
Soccer.
He had a ism. And then you guys can check his stream out as well. Twitch.tv/Soldierism. And guys, don't forget out that he is the cheap bastard. So go off and check that www.cheapshark.com for those cheap games. And of course, all mine. Facebook, I do have a fans page. Obi1X2, everything. YouTube and Twitter. You guys hit me up. We will be, I'll answer you too. So I just want to let you guys know that all the music that we have had on this stream on Horseplay here was brought to you by TechnoAxe, and he is on YouTube. All his music is free, and you are able to monetize if needed. It's all copyright free. Any of the sound, if you would like to get some cool sound effects, you guys could go to freesound.org and get your sound effects, and it's all free too. So we all work on free stuff. And then just remember that if you guys do get something off the Humble Bundle from the store gives 10% of all its proceeds to charity, and that is confirmed. I think we confirmed that 2 weeks ago. I think you did that, Soldier. And then just like I said, guys, if you guys want to follow us, if you guys did like the stream, did like Horseplay here, make sure you guys give us a follow, give us a like when we do put up those videos. We really do appreciate it. We do have a couple coming up. Wow. I lost my spot. There it is.
I deleted it.
Did you lose it?
Ask Yogi. I did delete all of the notes.
Oh, God.
Did you really? Okay.
He was trolling me hard.
It's good stuff.
Check out their. Okay, yeah, we do have some friends that do actually podcast as well. And Yogi, you can correct me if I'm wrong. It's Gaming History 101 and B Team Podcast at allgames.com network and Stitchers. You guys check those guys out there. I don't exactly. I think I watched them once this past week, 2 weeks ago, I think. And it had some really good thoughts going on that I didn't have time to watch. So I will definitely watch next time they come out. I did follow them. And, of course, Yogi's Gaming Clan Leadership Series. We want more. Okay, I'm going to say it. What's LMK, man?
Yeah.
Lubricated, masturbating, chronic.
No, let me know. So
Chronic
if you
starts with
guys,
C though.
Not this
apparently,
chronic. This is a special
Kush.
chronic.
Kush.
Kush. It's Kush.
Kush. Wasn't that a Queens of the Stone Age album?
It is. It is.
That's good. That's
But
good stuff.
for the next gen, you guys can follow Yomar and his blogs. He does have a couple of them, and that's yomar.me. That's YOM. You know what? I'm just gonna do this, and it's gonna sound kind of funny. It's gonna kind of get like out of the way here, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna do it. Shh, don't even do it, man.
Do I? What?
I'm talking to Soldier. He knows what I'm talking about.
Huh?
He knows. He knows. He's just looking like I'm not saying anything, but I want to. I know you do, dude. Go ahead, say it.
No thanks.
Shut up. No. Okay.
I'm so lost right now.
Here it is right here on the stream, guys. Yomar.me and yogizilla.wordpress.com. You guys can check those out. He does talk about a lot of, and I mean a lot of things every single week. So you guys can find a good subject that you guys can chime in and actually conversate with him, and he'll talk your ear off. No questions asked. Just plain Yog.
Sonic Man said apparently a monkey hit me on the head. I feel like it.
Yeah.
Look
All
like
the
it, too.
every whoa.
Getting mean.
Anyway. But yeah, guys, remember too, Yogi is doing, we already said this, and we're getting ready to quit it out here in a second. Yogi is doing giveaways. He is doing Risk of Rain Skulls of Shogun, Guns of Icarus Online, and maybe some other goodies. So you guys stay tuned, and be attentive towards Yogi's Twitter, YouTube, and stream for all the details for when he's going to do a giveaway. But that is it for us this week on Horseplay. My name is Yogi. No, it's not. My name is Wow.
Whoa, hey, Yogi, you sound different.
We switched
Hey.
roles.
Hey, number 5, boys. My name is Obi1X2. That is right there, top corner. It's YogiZilla. And then we got Soldier Z, Soldierism down on bot. We will see you guys next week. Holy crap. See you guys.
My thumb looks
Wow.
freakishly large right here. I know.
Your thumb.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.
Peace.
Wow. I'm not even going to say anything. I don't
This
even
is
know.
YogiZilla out. What?
Peace, boys. Whatever.
Yogi, your voice got deep.
I know. I finally
man.
entered manhood.
Holy shit.
Sonic Man went into my stream briefly and said, "Jizz."
Hey. I think the stream just cut out on me.
Did it?
Yeah, my OBS.
Said you're offline.
Yep. I guess that was perfect timing, wasn't it?
Look at wow.
I don't know when it ended. I had it paused because it was causing me some
I got a
lag.
full 2 hours and 37 minutes recorded. So let me cut this off here.
I didn't record any of
That's
it.
it for me too.
No-
Dude,
no more-
you guys, that was fucking awesome.
No
That
more
was
bonus.
great.
I
No more
had
bonus
blast.
material. Hold on.
And you guys here, I'm gonna turn it. I'm gonna get back on here. You guys want to know something funny? You want to know my little trick?
What trick?
I'm sober as fuck. Okay.
Were you
This
drunk
is-
last time?
This is Mountain Dew. No, everybody thinks I was freaking drinking. I was just drinking Mountain Dew.
It's because Mountain Dew's freaking delicious. I was drinking milk.
Wait, I'm